You're listening to The Boxing Voice.
It's showtime!
Welcome back, boxing fans.
Blood is good.
Fireplace, a match of blood.
Blood is emotion.
Too much blood coming out of the eye.
Blood is a story, a drama.
Deep gas, blood pouring right into his eye.
Blood is what we want to see in terms of passion.
Blood streaming now from the cut in the eye, the nose, the mouth, the cheeks swollen, and he's still gone.
What we want is a bloody good fight tonight.
We have Heather, the Heat Hardy. Is this you?
This is me. I think I need to talk to you every night because you make me smile and blush over here.
Never been a lame-o, never been a lame-o. Yeah, I love you strippers. I'm okay.
You're serious? You're serious?
And that's the good thing about UK. That's why I can't hate on them guys, man. They love fucking boxing.
No fighters in England. They all bums.
Did you hear what this idiot just said?
Yo, son, you're gonna get your ass beat by Molina, son.
Are you fucking kidding me? He's overrated.
Do some pushes for me right now.
For the interview?
Yes.
Let your hands go.
Get out of here, Virgil. Go home.
What next?
You want the table shot to please. You don't even like it. You want the table shot to please.
BoxingVoice.com.
This is why we use the word sensation.
All right, everybody. Welcome back to another edition of the Boxing Voice. Let's get through these things nice and fast here, man. I want to remind you guys that we're doing the signed Mayweather glove. You should know how to get involved in this by now, but if you don't, head on over to boxingvoice.com. Click on the donate button, $1.40. 40 cents, of course, being for PayPal, $1 for us to continue to buy gloves, to continue to have them signed for you. And then you're in the runnings. I'll have your name and your address. And Nick Green, your glove is in the mail, and Andre already got his. But Nick, I owe you an email, so I'll do you one better. Shout out. Speaking of shout outs, shout out to Lex Ruger, the illest nigga breathing. My boy Lex, man. One day we're going to get up. He got to get out that Windy City, though. I hear the Windy City isn't actually called the Windy City because it's windy. So, whatever that means. But, of course, you can go to theboxingvoice.com/store, pick up your shirt, rep the crew, you know. Be at the fights, man. Help us advertise this because you clearly love it. You listen to me for fucking 6 hours out your week, so you love it. So we need to introduce other people to it, man. And you guys need to be a little more open-minded. Jesus. Be easy. I'm getting a lot of hurtful comments, man. Wow. I don't get it. But I'm definitely I should do an iTunes review today, right? But we haven't done one in a while. So while I pull that up, we'll continue. Of course, big shout out for everyone and anyone who is in the Akron, Ohio area. My boy Matt, you guys know Matt. You know, he's working behind the scenes with the Community Center of Akron on the west side. I believe, what's the name of this gym? Future of Boxing. It's called the Future of Boxing Fight Show. It's going to be Saturday, August 2nd. It's going to be at the Lawton Community Center on Akron's west side. The general admission is $10 and the event starts at 5 p.m. The show is in honor of the late, great Todd Hickman from Akron. If anybody doesn't know Todd Hickman, which I didn't know until Matt got involved in this whole show and doing a documentary on Todd. After him doing some research, guys, if you do some of your own, this is the only guy that anyone would mention in the same sentence with Mayweather. Like when they speak of him, they always use Mayweather. That's how good he was. He was, of course, robbed of that opportunity to show his full potential, but he did, do a lot and achieve a lot. He was only a pro for 2 fights, both that he won, but he was young, and he died young, and he got shot in the rough streets of Akron or Cleveland, I think. But definitely when Matt puts it out, check out that documentary because it's top grade shit. Great production coming from our own Matt. So let's continue to support each other. Like my guys over there at the Coalition, shout out to Cam, Chemo, MV Chu, definitely doing their thing over there, keeping a lot of people happy. Those are good guys too, man. I got to talk to them off air and on there. I've been on the show a couple of times, so check them out. But also check out my sponsors, man. Check out my sponsors. I'm trying to go to Brona Emmanuel Taylor. You know nobody gonna ask him nothing good. You know this. You know that if he beats Emmanuel Taylor, is gonna be so many fucking quotes out here about Brona talking cash shit. You know that. So what you need to do is either click on my fucking banner and support me so that I can get to that fight because it's 10 hours away for me. 10 hours away for me. So so that I can get to that fight because you basically hiring the big guns. You know I'm coming guns blazing. If he doesn't look good, I'm letting him have it. And he can't run from me because remember, there's a post-fight press conference. So he can't run. But if I could get him one-on-one, you know that I will. But I'm just saying, you want real shit. That's all I'm saying. If you want some fluff, people asking about his beard and his jewelry, people not giving him a hard time for this not being a bigger name, then do what you do. I'm just saying. I'm here for y'all. I am. For real. So I'm trying to pull up this review. Let me jump into a caller right from the door too because okay, let me see. Robert Ortiz, I'm going to go to you because Robert Ortiz, you guys know that he works with us and he's live in Las Vegas right now for the Brandon Rios, or is it over already? And he dropped. What the hell? Let me see.
Hello?
Robert, you there?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, right on. Actually, the Brandon Rios presser has been over for a minute. I'm actually live at the Mayweather boxing gym right now, so if it sounds a little weird, that's why. Hoping to get a chance to see him in training and hopefully get some sparring in today. Hopefully I get to see that, but it's pretty crazy, man. You got a bunch of people waiting around for him to show up. It's always a trip to see him, man. He rolls like a king and he lives with it. But I got a lot of great quotes from the Brandon Rios press conference, and there's not a lot of hype going on around with this fight. A lot has to do with the fact that Brandon Rios has gone down in his last 2 fights. He came up short, but if you guys haven't checked out the video, go on our YouTube page and check it out. Robert Garcia said, there's no shame in losing to Pacquiao. He's one of the best fighters in history. So there's really no shame in that, and to bounce back from that doesn't really take a whole lot. Yeah.
Wait a minute. But we both know that it's a combination of things is why we have gotten to this point where we don't know what to think of Rios. It's a combination of things. It's not the fact that he lost to Pacquiao because that's a given. We knew that was going to happen. Nothing in that fight surprised me. But it's the punishment that I'm worried about. The punishment, the duration of that punishment throughout his career. Not only was he taking punishment, but he was also abusing his body to stay at a weight class. You know what I'm saying? So that probably added because, you're sucking the water out your brain. So, the concussions come easier. Who knows? I mean, how did he sound to you? How did he sound to you?
He actually, to be quite frank with you, man, I started getting a little worried myself. I'm a big fan of Rios, and anyone that might know me or heard me talk on the show when Rios comes up, I'm a big fan of his just because of his style. He's got that machismo. He's got fucking balls, and it's exciting. There's no bullshit with him. And He said it in the press conference himself today. That video will be up later. He said himself, I got some skills, well, maybe, or some along those lines. He's there to fight. But the whole thing is, the Pacquiao fight doesn't say a lot about where he's at. That's why this fight is so important to me right now. It's more important to see, basically at this point, and he's still young, he doesn't have a whole lot of fights, but what does he have left? What does he have left? He's taken so many shots from big punchers, he almost enjoys it. Or actually, he has said that he does enjoy taking those shots because it means I'm in a war. But I want to know what he's got left, and this is the perfect guy to go up against. And to be quite frank, I'm actually going to pick Diego Chaves in this fight. He gave Keith Thurman hell, who's a much bigger, stronger, more talented guy than Brandon Rios, and he gave him hell there early on before Thurman was able to turn it around. I'm going to pick Chaves in this fight. I don't want to because, like I said, I'm a fan of Brandon Rios, but I don't think that he's got a whole lot left in terms of the tank. In the tank, he's taking a lot of shots, man. He's taking a lot of shots. And I talked with a friend of mine who's always at the fight yesterday, and we both kind of came to the consensus that they really rushed Brandon Rios. They really put him in tough. If you look at the fights that he's been in with, and you know, since moving up from lightweight, he went in straight up against Mike Alvarado and straight into Pacquiao. That's a tough schedule, man, for your first fights at welterweight and junior welterweight. It's a lot to ask for a guy when you don't know what he might be like at that weight class. And I think because of his style, they pretty much knew that they had to put him in tough quick because sooner or later he was going to lose to someone who wasn't that caliber of fighter because he takes a lot of shots. I think they had to move him quick. He has a short shelf life, and it's pretty much coming to an end the way I see it. Unless he could show me something tremendous on Saturday, I don't think he has a whole lot left. He might have a fight, the third fight against Alvarado, but as far as high world-class fights, if he doesn't win this, I don't see a lot of that left for him.
You know, this is the thing, like, even with the speech, right, Rios always talk like that, so let's chalk that up to that, right, and let's just get down to the facts, and the facts is Chaves hasn't faced anyone. The facts is Brandon Rios has proven to us time and time again he's going to give it everything he's got, and that other guy in the other corner has to be more fit and more talented. Because if you're not, he's going to maul you down. He's just going to eventually do it. He doesn't stop coming forward. And Chaves looked good in the Thurman fight. He did, and I liked him, and I wanted to see him again. And his last fight, I even watched it on fucking Daily Motion. But he kind of withered under Thurman's pressure. And remember, what hurt him was body shots. And Rios is like a body shot machine. Like, he's a baby margarita. We know that. I don't know if I'm going to pick Chaves, man. I know that I was saying that I was for a while, but I'm not sure. I'm gonna leave that to my callers. I'm going to let these guys get on here and hear what they have to say and how they see this fight going, and then I'll probably make my pick at the end of the night because I'm not sure. I mean, I would rather bet on Rios's determination, his will, his power, and his relentlessness than a hunch on Chaves. Like, it's a hunch. We seen one good fight where he lost. We seen one.
That's fair.
Like, okay,
we
might get one or two guys. We might get one or two guys, and I'm definitely talking about Nelta, who probably seen Chaves more than one or two times. But the rest of us, and I'm putting myself in your category even though I watch my shit on Daily Motion, so I got more fights in than you, but most of you only seen one, and he lost. And we're gonna just chalk up everything Brandon Rios did and throw it away and say that he's washed up, say that he's punch drunk, or say that he's a punching bag, whatever it is people are saying about him because of one Pacquiao performance. It's Manny Pacquiao. It's Manny Pacquiao. He did that to Cotto. He blitzed Clottey. Margarito broke an orbital bone. Marquez. Doesn't matter how you see it.
Here's the thing, man. It's not just Pacquiao. If it was just Pacquiao, then again, I'd say the same thing that Robert Garcia said, and there's no shame in that because that's one of the best fighters in history. But you're talking about losing to Richard Abreu, who came with more skill. Yeah, he gave him the win, but come on, he lost that fight, and he also lost to Mike Alvarado. He was getting pretty beat up. The stoppage was early. Pat Russell stopped it early against Alvarado in the first fight, and he pulled it off. So whatever, give him that, right? But he didn't look great necessarily. He always finds a way to come out on top. But to me, he did enough at lightweight. I think he was big enough, kind of like Broner, to bully his opponents at the smaller weight division. But once he moved up, he had lost just enough of that power, or his power didn't move up just enough to fight against the top quality guys. And you're probably right. I probably should give him more credit because we haven't seen shit from Chaves. But I don't know, man. It's a tough one to call.
And let me confirm something here. Brandon Rios, is this fight taking place at 147?
Yes, 147.
Yeah, well then you make another You make another solid point. The power going to carry? Because that's the thing. At 135 is when he did his damage. 140, all we got to see was him versus Alvarado. It was two fights of that, and then Pacquiao at 147, and now I guess he's staying at 147. But the Alvarado fights, they were at 140 or like a catch weight of 1 for something. I don't know, 140 whatever, but it was still low 140s. So I don't know. I don't know. See, his power was good enough at 140 when he fought Alvarado because, while you don't give him credit, I'm not saying this is a great thing, but if you want to categorize something as great, I guess what he did could fall into that because it's like he was losing. It looked like he was going to lose to Alvarado because of Alvarado's jab and stuff, but he overcame it and he got a knockout. Like, yeah, maybe it was quick, maybe it wasn't, but the fact of the matter, it was a knockout.
Man, you're right. He pulled it off, man. But it's you can only get away with those come from behind victories so many times, man. And I don't know. Maybe he will win. I'm not picking Chaves confidently. I really, like you said, I don't have a lot to go off of. But still, man, I just don't see fighting a full-fledged 147 guy. It's difficult, man. It's difficult. So maybe if I don't pick confidently, I'm not shocked if he loses, man. I'm not.
All right. Well, let me take it out to the streets and see what they got to say. But that's one for Chaves. Okay, let me see. Robbie, what's going on, brother?
Hey, good evening, Ness, and hi, Robert. How are you? As far as this fight is concerned, guys, I've been thinking about it all week, and I reluctantly have to pick Rios. I'm not confident in that, but if Rios' power carries up to 147, which is a question, Chaves couldn't handle the power that Thurman had to offer, and if Rios' power carries up, I don't think he'll be able to handle Rios' power either, if it's there. But I'm not confident in this at all because I'm really not sure what Brandon Rios has left to offer anybody, considering the way he's looked in his last two fights.
Yeah, well, that's one for Rios. We got a tie. Robbie, I'm gonna keep you on for a bit there. Let me just get to some callers. Let me get Jose. I think this is Jose. Let's get him out of here. He's calling in from Canada. Jose, what's up, brother?
Hey, man, can you hear me?
Loud and clear.
Where's my song, man? Come
on. We never discussed which one you want.
Man, my song, The Goonies, man. I won that shit. That's my whole song.
Genius on you. He can't pop that pill no more. He can't take that shit no more. I need some drug testing too. Genius on you.
I hope that's what you're talking
there
about.
You go, man.
If not, we're gonna have
that's
to talk
good,
off
man.
air.
Whatever.
Give me the right one.
It's the Danny Garcia song. I'll take it, man. That's mine. I own it. Anyway. Yeah, man. So I don't know. I think Rios should have an easy time. Not an easy time, but I think Rios should be able to beat Chaves, man. I mean, I think it's a battle of two, like, you know, B-class fighters, and I think Rios is a better fighter than Chaves, and I think, you know, people are giving Chaves maybe a little bit too much credit, man. At the end of the day, he got knocked out last time he fought against somebody good, right? So I think Rios should take it, man.
All
well,
right,
Jose, how do you feel about Brandon Rios' power? Do you think it'll carry up to 147?
To be honest, like, I mean, I can't think of the last time Brandon Rios was in a really good fight against a credible opponent and he did well. You know, that's kind of how I perceive Rios. Like, I don't see him as being anything special, but at the end of the day, I think he's going to be able to beat a guy like Chaves, you know, who probably has an inflated record because he's fought a bunch of bums in Argentina, right? So, you know, at the end of the day, I think Rios is just at a higher level than Chaves, and I don't think he should have too much trouble, right? I mean, at the end of the day, if he tries to box with him, I think he'll get beat because I think Rios is a terrible boxer, right? But I mean, if he gets to slug with the guy, he should take him out. I would think, right?
Well,
I don't know, Jose, because Chavez's power is real. He hurt Thurman, so I don't know. But let me get to some of the callers because I don't want to.
Thurman also got clipped by that guy too, man. By that guy he beat last time, you know.
Carras, yeah, but Carras also knocked out Berto, remember?
Yeah, but I mean, he also got clipped by that guy that guy that quit after 2 rounds or 3 rounds, whatever that guy, the trainer's brother.
He's talking about Julio Diaz.
Yeah, man, like Thurman gets clipped, man. He gets a little stunned every fight, but I mean, you know, it doesn't necessarily talk of the great power of the other person. Maybe it just talks of Thurman being a little bit vulnerable, man. You know.
No, because he's been hit. He's been hit by lesser people, and check Julio Diaz's record. He has a lot of knockouts. Granted, they were at lower weight divisions, but he has power. He dropped Khan. What you talking about?
Yeah, but you know what though, man? Like even Manny Pacquiao said it himself, man. When Rios caught him, he stunned him and he hurt him pretty bad, and Pacquiao was pretty forthright about that. So I think Rios does carry power, man. I don't think his power's fake. And I think if the other guy wants to exchange, I think Rios will get the, you know, he'll win it, man. And he's got a fucking solid chin too, right? So, I mean, I think if it's just going to be a caveman fight, Rios has a much better chance of winning, right? If it goes into like a boxing clinic, I don't favor Rios to beat anybody in that type of fight. But you know, the way I see it, I think Rios should have an easy time with it.
Oh, Jose, that was epic, a caveman fight. That was epic. Okay, let me get to some other callers, man. We got 2 for Rios, 1 for Chaves. All right, let me see. I think this is the dream, right? Let me see. I don't even want to play the intro if it might not be you. 732, you're live. Who's this?
What's good, bro? What's going on?
Oh, fuck, it is you. I should know your number by heart now, man, but every time I see the area code, then I think it's you, but I'm never sure. My bad.
All right. Yeah, my man, Jose. Shout out to Jose, man. But a lot of times, it doesn't matter who you pick, man. What matters is what you're saying when you give the reasons why you're picking him. And as far as this goes, Jose don't know what the fuck he talking about, man. Rios is a tremendous fighter, man, because just like Bradley, just like other fighters, what he has that is special is his will and his determination. This dude, man, I like Chaves, man, I really do. But I think that Chaves is being, the other guy was talking about Rios being matched up too strong, too quickly. I think that Chaves is being matched up too strong, too quickly, man, because they put him in against Keith Thurman, who is destined to be a great caliber fighter, and he had a tough fight with him, and he took punishment in that fight, And now you're going to put him against Brandon Rios, man, who's a guy that, I don't know what the hell people are talking about. Oh, he took a lot of punishment. Listen, the guy only has 2 losses, and one of the losses was against a guy that he previously knocked out. And in that second fight where he lost, let's make no mistake about it, Mike Alvarado had to go through hell to win that fight. I mean, you see his face after that fight. He looked like he was the one that got fucked up. Like, he looked like he was the one that lost that fight. Rios is a bad boy, man. And I think that Chaves, he's very, very dangerous. He got a lot of power. He's a skilled dude, but he only has, 20-some fights next to pull up his box. Like, how many fights he got?
Who, Chaves?
Yeah.
He is 23 with 19 knockouts.
He don't got the experience to fuck with no Rios, man. You know what I'm saying? He better. What's gonna help him in this fight is that it's a 10-round fight, I believe. Did you verify that? If it's a 10-round fight, then Rios has a better, Chaves has a better chance of winning. But when you talk about
it is a
10
10-round fight,
like Rios, it's 10 rounds.
Yep.
Yeah, well, you know, I give him a chance to beat Rios, but I'm still gonna go with Rios, man. The determination that Rios has, the balls, the fact that he has Robert Garcia in his corner, and I've seen him footage of him training, man. This dude, man, like I said, who's beat Rios? Pacquiao and Alvarado. Alvarado, he already knocked out. You know, you understand? And then he lost to Pacquiao. So did Bradley just now. Bradley's time for pound number 3. You know what I'm saying? Pacquiao, one of the greatest of all time, maybe the greatest of all time. So, yeah, as far as him taking punishment, man, you're going to see that Rios is cut from that Chaves Senior mold, man. That shit don't face him, man. So Chaves Senior could talk better than you and me. He has no slurred speech. He don't got nothing. He just got those Neanderthal Mexican Aztec bones, man. And that's what Rios has. Rios is, his mom is Native American, his father's Mexican. This motherfucker's like, you know, Indian twice. So he built from that. He cut from that cloth, man. That so-called punishment that he took, that shit ain't gonna face him anytime soon, man. Because Chaves had a 100-something fight, and he's doing just fine.
Yo, he's Indian twice, Dream.
Indian twice. Niggas Aztec and from Mexico and Indian from over here. You know what I mean?
Oh man, you guys are killing me today. You and Jose both were good.
But I'm gonna go with Bam Bam, man. I'm gonna stick with Bam Bam, but I like Chaves as a fighter, but I think they're doing too much too soon with him. I mean, nah, man, you put him against Thurman, he got fucked up. He gave him a tough fight, but he faded out. I saw the fight again last night. He faded out. You can't do that with Rios, baby. You cannot do that. If he can't hurt Rios, he going to sleep. I'm picking Rios no matter what. I'm going Rios.
All right, Dream. You know, we can't forget that Chaves also just got here. Man, let me get Rob back on his. Rob went off. Yeah, we have to confirm that, but he was supposed to land yesterday. So, you know, he has no time to get acclimated to this or to that, you know, climate and time zone, you know. So that's something else to consider when making your pick. Let me see who's been on the longest here. I don't know. Normally when it says live, I think it's MV2, but I've been wrong a lot. So whoever you are, what's up?
Yo, what's up? Is it me?
Oh my God. See, the day I don't play your intro, because I bet you they told you, I played your intro for like 2 shows straight thinking it was you, and it wasn't.
Well, go ahead and play it for him, Ness, since it's him.
Yeah, play the intro.
With the blood of a Scottish warrior coursing through his veins, this man proclaimed,
I fucking love boxing. Fresh out of jail. Something else.
What up?
Just regarding the Brandon Rios, Diego Chaves fight, I see a lot of people are picking the Brandon Rios. I actually think Brandon Rios is shot. I think I was a big fan of him back in the day, but I think Diego Chaves is just gonna go in there and show him that Argentinian strength. Fucking it's full of testosterone, and that's where they get the power from. I mean, have you ever seen an Argentinian that can't punch? And he's got some skills as well. He was able to land some hands on Keith Furman.
MV2.
It's his internet, Ness. It's cutting in and out.
Yeah. Let's leave him on in case he comes back. Oh, he dropped off. So, second longest person online is 619. Who's this?
What's up, bro? It's Ali from Dago.
Ali, what up, brother? Talk to me.
Yeah, man. I'm gonna go with Brandon Rios in this fight because I've been watching a couple of his little interviews, man, and he even knows, like he even says that he knows this is his last chance, so he's gonna come out with guns blazing. But I'm also going with him too because like when everybody's talking about Chaves boxing, to me I just think that I don't think he'll be able to keep Brandon Rios off him like Pacquiao was able to do because Pacquiao is real fast on his feet, and Alvarado can move around the ring pretty good, and Abril could move pretty good. And I think all three of those guys move better than Chaves. So I just don't think that Chaves is going to be able to box the entire fight, even if he wanted to. I think Brandon Rios will just smother him and make him fight, So I think he's going to get caught up in a fight. And another big thing in this fight is I can see Brandon Rios knocking Chaves out with a body shot because I'll really be watching that Thurman fight when he got caught to the body and he went down. I think that Rios goes to the body a lot. So I think that that's the way he's going to get Chaves out of there with body shots.
Yeah, that's what I was saying earlier, man, that Thurman hurt him to the body, and Brandon is a big body puncher. But so you're going Rios as well. So that's what, 5 already, right?
I'm going with Rios by stoppage. Rios by stoppage.
You picking around? You gonna get the hat trick, or you just gonna go with the stoppage?
I'll go around the 7th or 8th round.
Wow. Okay. Ali, man, thanks for calling in, brother. I'm gonna place you on hold. You can continue to listen. I'm gonna get to someone else. 718. You're live. Who's this?
Yo, Ness, what up, though, my brother? What's going on?
QB, what up?
Yo, when I'm gonna get my intro, man.
Man, we're gonna work on that.
You know what I'm saying? Noriega or something, man.
Listen,
Mobb Deep, something like that.
Nah, I'm gonna get you some Cormega or something, or some
Cormega, my
Noriega,
boy,
some War Report. But the thing is, I gotta learn this phone number, man. I
up.
need to learn this number. You call from too many different numbers for me to give you an intro. Every week you got a new cell phone.
Nah, I'm saying this number right here is an official number, man. The number right here, man. But yo, right. Ness, you know who I'm gonna pick? I'm picking Rios for stoppage, 5th round, man. Because Rios, man, let me tell you about Rios is a beast, my brother. He not playing no games, man. And Chaves, man, his body is shot. He can't take no body shots, man. And Rios gonna be, they gonna go at it for a minute. But Rios ain't stopping, man. And Chaves, he ain't gonna be able to take that pressure, man. You know what I'm saying? I believe Rios, man, he already punch drunk anyway. So he could take all them blows anyway. That makes him more hype and shit. Rios is a beast, man. Everybody know that. And that's definitely the type of fight he likes. A man coming forward and all that. So it's gonna be a brutal fight. I predict Rios by stoppage in the 5th round. And Floyd and them niggas, man. Floyd, man, they glove situation. I'm trying to bring it up, but I know y'all don't want to hear this shit, but if I was what's naming them, I would just say fuck it, man. I'll go in the ring with the fucking gloves on, and what could they do? If the boxing commission accepts it, fuck it. What they gonna do? It's not in the contract not to wear it, but as long as they accept it, what could Mayweather and them do? You know what I'm saying?
That's a good point.
Right, I would wear my shit in the fucking ring. If they ain't getting no money for it, fuck it. You know what I'm saying? They don't want to disclose how much money they got for it. Everything is hush hush. So you know what I'm saying? I would go in the ring with the gloves on. I don't give a what could they do?
Well, the thing is that the commissions come to the dressing room or the locker room, and they watch them, wrap their hands and put their gloves on. So, and the gloves have to be approved. You can't just come with some gloves in your bag and put them on because they're gonna think you're doing some trickery. So the gloves have to get approved by the commission just to be in the locker room. And then, if they in the locker room, I guess he can slide them on. I don't know, but QB, let me get to some other people. I'm trying to not keep people on too long this episode. I know a lot of people want to talk about this.
All right.
Oh, one more my bad. What you say?
One more thing, and Marvin, you know Madonna, man. He wrote for Chaves, but being that Brando Rios is his they stablemate and shit, he gonna try to act like he won't on Rios, but he bet on Chaves, man. They came from the same country, my brother.
I don't know, because him and Lucas Matisse got a little rivalry. Remember, they had like 5 fights in the amateurs or 4 fights.
Right. But yeah, because Madonna said he gonna be at the fight too, man. I'll be following them niggas, man. All right, my brother, man. Y'all be safe. But yo, remember, 5th round stoppage by Rios, man.
All right, Robbie, what's the tally?
That makes it 6-1. I'm keeping track as everybody puts their picks in. I'm keeping a tally.
All right. What's up, Jim?
Hello.
What's up, mate? That shit sounded horrible coming out my mouth, mate. I tried, guys. I tried. What's up? What's up, Jim? Talk to me.
Where's my intro?
You were the. Oh, I'm sorry. Man. I'm off today. Oh man, look, I don't even know where it's at. Oh my God.
You just need me to say it.
Man, I'm dropping.
That's all good.
Oh, here we go.
Anyway, go ahead,
Mike.
Jim.
Let's put another shrimp on the barbie.
That's good. Man, I didn't ever get that crow served up to me for Mike Perez. I forgot to ask for it last week. There we go. Yeah. So, what way are you all going with this one? I tuned in a little bit late. I haven't heard.
Well, since
right
you mentioned
now
Mike Perez, I just want to switch topics just a little bit. The other Mike Perez, Michael Perez, the artist who lost to Omar Figueroa, he was rumored to be fighting Matisse and whatever. They went with some dude named Robert Ortiz, but I spoke to Mike Perez, who's actually now training with Robert Garcia. Robert Garcia is becoming like truly an academy. He's got Delorme over there. He's got Mike Perez over there, Rios, Maidana, all the names you already know, Palos, Garcia, Mikey Garcia. I mean, everybody's freaking training over there from what it looks like. But, yeah, man, that's interesting that he moved up. So he was telling me that he's going to fight Carlos Molina, and that fight was scheduled last October, but he was also given the Broner fight. And I just wanted to tell y'all that. So he accepted the Broner fight, but Showtime denied him, didn't approve him, rather. And
for Broner's next fight?
No, for this fight. Before it was Taylor.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So I just wanted to say that because you brought up Mike Perez, and that's the other Mike Perez, and just wanted y'all to know.
That's all good. I haven't really had a chance to fully analyze this fight with Rios and Chaves. I normally watch a bit of tape and really try and find little holes in each other's games or mesh of styles that I think something can happen. I haven't done that this time, but I don't think the time zone should affect Chavez too much because I mean it's only 4 hours. I don't think that's a huge difference, to be honest. But I mean the whole drama of what's happened and not being able to get in might affect him. But I don't know. He's a professional. I think that's not really a good enough excuse to not turn up to fight. So if he's had a good camp and stuff, I don't think that should be a huge issue. But I don't know. I've really flip-flopped on this one, and I haven't analysed it too much. But I think Rios is. I think he's a bit shop-worn. I mean, this will be a good fight to see where he's at. But I don't know. Like I think he is a bit shop-worn, and there is a chance that his power might eventually hurt Chavez. But I think that. I don't know that he'll be able to make it his fight. I mean, like when it comes to an inside game, there's not really any current boxers that are better than Rios at the moment. I don't think. But outside of that, I don't see him being able to get the upper hand over Chavez. I think Chavez should be able to do kind of what Alvarado did in their second fight, but a better job of it. So I don't know. I was originally going with Rios because I thought the power would eventually wear Chavez down, but I'm gonna go with Chavez.
All right, Jim, I'm gonna place you on hold. Get to some other callers. Robbie, so that's 2 for Chavez.
It's 6-2. And one more thing before you go to the next call. Let me explain how it works for those that don't pay attention to pre-fight stuff. The commissions always go back to each person's dressing room and monitor how the gloves are put on, how much tapes are used, how much tape is used, and stuff like that. Remember, that's how Antonio Margarito got caught when he fought Shane Mosley. That's how they found the plaster Paris in his gloves. So you can't just show up and put whatever gloves on that you want because they have to approve it, and everything is monitored. So keep that in mind when you're talking about Maidana Mayweather.
All right, 925. Lukey, what it do?
What's up, Ness?
Chilling.
Okay, I'll just jump in, don't need to make it awkward. Fights like Rios and Chavez, they're nice and all, but they kind of frustrate me because you got guys like Ruslan and Rios, everyone wants to see them, but then, like, not to sound bitter, but, like, highly skilled fighters don't get the platform these guys get, and these guys are just, I don't know, I feel like I'm in the minority here, but I'm not as excited to see this fight because it could be a good fight, but it could also be 2 guys who have questionable stamina going into the late rounds getting kind of tired on one another. So...
Yeah, I mean, the thing is that Chavez does have some boxing ability. He boxed in that Thurman fight for some rounds. So, I don't know. It all depends, man, how serious he took this training camp. I just don't know. Like Dream brought it up. He gassed out, and you can't gas out versus Rios. But, Lukey, if that's it, brother, I'm going to get to some other people.
Yeah, that's cool, bro.
All right, brother. Man, I don't know, but it seems like they got my boys.
And now, here's
Vic, I didn't know you wouldn't talk without the intro. Like, you've been there for a minute. What's up?
I mean, I'm in the cut, just editing stuff, writing stuff. So, I mean, you tell me. I'm here. I don't know. I'm on the fence here. I was originally gonna pick Chavez, but with this whole, coming in on a Thursday and not being here for fight week, I'm kind of leaning towards Rios now. I mean, that shouldn't be the only reason that's slaying me, but it kind of, who knows what, he just got here today, and he's already got a weigh-in tomorrow, and then the fight Saturday. I don't know. I might be a little too much for someone like that.
Well, I hope Robert Ortiz could get access to know, like, if this dude had to run around to lose a couple of pounds, because I'm sure he's not on weight. Like, how could you be on weight with all this? Like, I don't know. Like, unless you're starving yourself, so then it's okay to eat plain food all day.
Well, we probably won't know until the weigh-in tomorrow. We'll have to wait and see what he comes in at.
Well, Robbie, that's the obvious that we won't know till tomorrow. We're playing the guessing game today.
Yeah, I know. And well, I think it's bad on his part to show up so late for a fight. I mean, fighters are not normally successful when they do that, in my opinion.
You're right about that. Let me get to some other callers. 951, you're live. Who's this?
Peace. Hey, I want to find out about that Todd Hickman movement, man. Is that a documentary or what they doing?
Yes. They're also doing a live boxing event in memory of him and in dedication of him, and there's also going to be a documentary released, I believe, the day before.
Yeah, I'm in California. No, I know him. I know him personally, man. So I was just wondering.
Really?
So what?
Wait.
I mean, he showed me a lot of moves. His dad. I mean, I boxed at his dad's gym. His dad took me to the Olympic Training Center. I mean, I talked to y'all years ago. I'm always listening. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I was under.
Listen, you're gonna receive a text right now from Matt because he's the one doing the documentary, and he needs people that knew Todd. It's not done, but it's gonna be released this Friday. I'm not sure if it's enough time, but it's worth a chance.
Yeah, text me because I believe I know him personally. I think he stayed up the street from me, but see, I left like around '93. So when I come back, man, it's 2014. So I mean, I come home every year. I was just there in November, but everybody keeps saying I know him and his son's supposed to be good too. So yeah, I'm quite sure. I need to get in touch with him though.
Yeah, I just text him and let him know. Let's talk some boxing outside of that. What are you picking for Chaves Rios?
I like Bam Bam as a dude from boxing, though. He'll get Bam Bam some problems if he got some stamina. But then coming over late, that's cool. But once you in that ring, you in that ring. So, but I ain't really tripping on no. I always want to find out about Todd. But Bam Bam, you know, if you can't move, Bam Bam will beat you. And then if you get tired, Bam Bam gonna beat you. So that's what I got to say about that.
All right. Well, thanks for calling in, brother. I'm gonna put you in contact with him. Let me see who's been on the longest. Okay. Actually, so Vic, you heard about this Porter Brook and the drug testing thing going on. I listened to the conference call. I wasn't on it live. I know that Sergio, one of our writers, was, but man, you know, as much as I want to say Oscar De La Hoya is back and he's on top of his company, he's not. When asked by Dan Rayfield, basically what's the testing situation, he said yes, there is testing, and I'm paraphrasing here. I have the actual quote, but I don't need to use it because we have the audio on our YouTube, and you should know by now. But if you don't, we're giving you access to listen to it yourself and watch how he backpedaled and then put the blame or the responsibility on Eric Gomez, which wasn't even present. So at the time of the call, we still got no resolution as to what sort of testing is being done. All that was said is that they're going to use USADA, but the fight's like 2 weeks away and nobody's even been tested yet.
Well, I mean, it's pretty ridiculous. I mean, a lot of people want to hark on, you know, things that go on with BADA and things like that, but USADA is pretty much showing what a joke corporation or a joke thing of testing they are. I mean, how does no one know what's going on?
Now, this is the thing, right? And I'm going to read this quote. Oscar says, well, drug testing was handled through Golden Boy Vice President Eric Gomez and through Porter's advisor, Al Heyman, De La Hoya said. There is drug testing in place, which the fighters should already have been taking and going through the process.
So is that that's like California drug testing, or is that, you know, USADA?
Vic, I'm going to read it one more time. There is drug testing in place, which fighters should already have been taking and going through the process. What I'm taking from that, and you guys know me, it's been already 3 years you've been listening to me yap on this microphone, so you know I'm a conspiracy theorist. I think this is Oscar De La Hoya sending an indirect message out to the world that this is happening because it's not him in control. Because who's in control is Al Heyman. You don't think he's like putting the blame?
Well,
showing you why it's really not happening. He's telling you like it should have happened and the fighters should have tested by now. But I'm not in charge of that. Eric Gomez is, and Porter's advisor Al Heyman. Like, you know, if you just blame it on Eric Gomez, then yeah, it's still Oscar's fault. But once you include Al Heyman, who, you know, clearly has authority over everything to do whatever he wants in this sport, and I'm saying that sarcastically, but, you know, we've seen worse of things happen, right?
Now, here's a question. How many Golden Boy fighters are actually on this card? Is it just Omar Figueroa?
Well, at this point, Vic, that doesn't even matter because it would shock me if Omar Figueroa was still signed to Golden Boy. I followed his career from the very beginning, and you know, he signed on, I want to say, underneath 10 fights, and now he's a champ. So I'm pretty sure that contract wore out because guess what? I was talking to Danny and Angel yesterday, and Angel told me that the contract has been over for 3 years. 3 years. So what does that put the timeline at the Danny Garcia Amir Khan fight? This shit's been going on inside of Golden Boy that long that a dude that beat your star, because look, it's not about defending Garcia, it's about defending Golden Boy as a company. Like, there's no reason why Garcia, who was built up, we don't even have to go through his resume, he was built up on Golden Boy. He came to HBO because of Golden Boy, and then he got the opportunity because of Golden Boy, because Amir signed to Golden Boy. I don't know if his contract is still, you know, around or not, because he also signed to Al Heyman last year or this year, you know? So, I don't know, man. I don't know. I take it as a sign, like he's trying to tell us something. Okay, I think Vic's over there a little busy, but I'm going to take it out to the streets. And I know this guy's number.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Nelson.
No, motherfucker, I didn't say my name was different. What the fuck?
Oh, you said your name was Nelson.
No, I didn't. You need to clean your motherfucking ears out, nigga. All due respect to my brother Lukey, but man, anybody that's not excited for Rios Chaves, they're sleeping on this shit, man. This shit is gonna be nice. They need to clean their motherfucking eyes out.
So, who you picking?
I got Rios, man. I got Rios. There was one fight where Diego Chaves fought on the inside really well a couple years ago, but I mean, it was against a kind of a journeyman type dude, so I mean, you can't necessarily measure him entirely on that. But I mean, he shortened up his shots pretty well, pretty damn well. The only thing is, when he's on the inside, he has a tendency to leave his hands like just too low, like he'll leave them under his chin as though he's boxing from a distance instead of being inside. So even though he can shorten up the shots really well, the problem is, will he really be able to block and parry him that well? And I mean, he showed a little bit of that against Thurman to a certain degree, but that was largely at mid-range too. You know, he has a nice kind of little like shoulder roll into an uppercut, a right uppercut that he throws. And I mean, he might be able to nail Rios with that because of how Rios kind of lurches forward. But I think Brandon shortens up his shots better, and I think he rolls with shots a lot better. I think even though he's getting hit a fair bit in there, getting contact made from the opponent's gloves, I don't think he's really getting hit that hard for the most part. I think a lot of the quote-unquote head snapping you see from him is really him rolling the shot and taking a lot out of it. So I think Rios is going to be able to grind him down after a number of rounds and take him out probably late. But I mean, I think it's going to be straight up warfare, man. It's going to be toe-to-toe virtually the whole time. And the thing about Chaves is when he's really hurt opponents, even in that fight I just mentioned, it was against Jorge Perez. It was when he was able to step back and launch off a big power shot, a right hand or a left hook, when he was able to hurt that dude. So.
That's definitely a different perspective. And I said earlier that you probably were the one to watch more fights than most of us on Chaves, because I could only find the last one. I didn't see anything else.
Yeah. No, but if you look up him against Jorge Miranda, that's the one I'm talking about. It's a good fight. And that guy Miranda, he went 10 rounds with John Jackson before Jackson was able to stop him. I mean, he's a fairly durable guy, whereas Chavez stopped him in 3, took him out early. But I mean, Chavez does have inside fighting ability, so it's not just like he absolutely has to box Rios, but he needs to make sure that he's able to get range on his shots in order to make the most of them. Because Rios can hurt you inside or outside. Chavez, he tends to mainly hurt guys when he's able to get enough space in order to completely extend his arm. But I mean that's good shit though, man. But Jesse Vargas, Novikov, I got Vargas in that one. Novikov is nothing special to me. Vargas, I've always been fairly high on him, and I think he's gonna just keep pushing on through. He needs to get a better opponent though. They need to match him up against like Herrera or somebody. Huh?
You said you've been high on him?
Well, I mean, I like him more than most people. I give him more credit than most people. So that's pretty much what I meant regarding that. But I mean, I think he's a pretty solid all-around fighter. So. But I definitely want to see him get stepped up again though, because that Khabib Alikberdia fight, that one definitely pushed him. But I think he can do better than that even too. And I think he didn't get enough credit for that fight too, because I mean Khabib beat the shit out of Johan Guzman. He beat the living fucking brakes off that motherfucker. Yo.
Man, no, he didn't. Knock it the fuck off.
He put him in a body cast, man. Yeah, Guzman
a body cast. He had a
son.
fucked up leg. And he took advantage of that. It wasn't like he was beating the shit out of him. Like that fight was stopped early too, right?
Man.
What it went like 6 rounds?
Yeah,
maybe?
he was rocking him, Ness. Come on now. I'm a Guzman fan, but he was rocking.
Yeah, no, listen, I'm not denying it. Nor
shit.
listen, hear me out. I'm not denying that, nor am I trying to defend fucking Guzman for being Dominican at all. Never. That's not even the case. I'm just saying he did beat, and he beat convincingly. He dropped Guzman like maybe 3 times, right?
Yeah, man. He whooped him. Guzman is
but I don't
the
think
shit
it was
too, man. I was a big fan
but
of
I don't
Guzman.
think
I was like one of his number 1 fans.
But even still, that's what I'm trying to say. I don't think he beat the living shit out of him. Get the fuck out. It wasn't like that. It was a fight. It was a fight where the dude had more power, but he also hurt his leg. He couldn't even barely. It was like Yuri Foreman Cotto. Come on.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, sure. I mean, he still did a number on him though, even before he hurt his leg.
I don't know. I'm just saying you're ranking that dude too high. That's basically what this boils down to.
But for real though, Kovalev needs to do the fucking business. Get this dude out of there the same way Triple G did that other Australian cat. Get this dude clean out of there and make that fight with Hopkins.
Listen. Kovalev better knock that dude out in 2 rounds, so I can get back to my hotel room and watch Rios Chaves.
Kovalev is not even that type of dude. Bro. See, you guys think that, and this is why I say we need to watch fighters, man, before we jump on a bandwagon. Like his power is real, but this fight ain't ending in no fucking 2 rounds, and I don't even know the dude's name, who he's fighting. But
Blake Caparello, dude.
Showed us.
Come on, man. It's the Aussie invasion. It's the Aussie invasion. He gonna get folded like his boy Daniel Gale.
And I don't deny that he will.
You're not even on
I'm
Gale's
just
level.
saying. What?
This dude went 12 rounds with what's his face on ESPN too. That shit was terrible.
Get out of here, Blake.
Yeah, go home, Blake.
That dude
Go home.
That nigga's gonna be dusted, son. But
Yo,
he knocked
Blake-
out Salak in 2 rounds.
Blake is gonna surprise you.
He can, man. I don't want to miss this Rio, man. I'm gonna have to catch the stream in the media room or some shit, man.
Yo, Agnew gave Kovalev some difficulties, man.
Yeah, but I don't think I don't know. I don't know. You didn't see that fight? Remember when George Diaz?
Agnew just took a lot of damage. He just took everything. He was taking shots.
Now, you remember that Friday night fights in Jersey where George Diaz got sent to the hospital or some shit, and he was having his baby or something? That was the same fight Blake Caparello fought some dude, and it was kind of it was some shit, man. It was bad. I felt bad for whoever's watching that fight.
Kovalev should just come out, just like swing one big power shot in the fucking first 10 seconds of the round and be done with it. He pretty much is probably capable of that shit.
Hey, Melvin, let me get to some other callers here. I'm trying not to keep nobody on too long today. Let me see who's been waiting the longest. Damn.
Dude, he fought Elver Moriki, whatever his name is.
What?
That's who he fought on ESPN. Elver Moriki. That's the same dude, Shawnee. Well, Shawnee went 10 rounds with him. Shawnee Monahan.
Hey Rob, what's up, brother? I didn't even know you was there, but I'm gonna get to some other people, man, because I just noticed that you have been on the longest.
For sure.
By the way, for those that want to know, the count is now 9-2.
253. You've been on the longest, brother. Talk to me. Or sister.
Yeah. What up, Ness? This is Lemmy from the Northwest, and I'm going with Diego over Rios, and I don't have much to go off of, but I just don't think that Rios would have done as good against Thurman as Chaves did. So that's what I'm basing it off of.
All right, brother. Well, short and sweet. I see. We're gonna definitely take a note of that. Thanks for calling in. Let's see if we can mix up this Brandon Rios with a little bit of news here, Vic, because you know I want to rub this one in your face. Actually, I'm gonna defend you on this one, okay? So many people are complaining or like taking shots at Triple G for the recent ratings. And when he fought Proska, he did 685,000. When he fought Rosado, he did 813,000. When he fought Macklin, he did 1.1. When he fought Stevens, he did 1.4. And versus Gill, he did 984,000. But the thing is, there was a point, according to Nielsen's media research, where the viewership, the live airing, had a peak of 1.048 million. So, like, why are they still complaining? Even if it wasn't a million, Vic, like, why is this bad? Like, why should have the American public tune the fuck in to Gill when they didn't know him? We knew him. And that's okay. I'm not talking about us, but I'm speaking for the casual fan that didn't know this guy. Plus, at the end of the day, look, let's be honest, it's two white guys. Like, that doesn't sell. What sell is a white guy versus a black guy, or a white guy versus a Hispanic, because it's the great white hope versus whoever. You know what I'm saying? That's how it works. Two white guys, and one of them you don't even know.
Well, I mean, it's a disappointing number in my eyes, because, you know, Gennady was doing 1.4 against Curtis Stevens. And that was a very good number coming from a guy, you know, that doesn't have a Puerto Rican or Mexican or even Filipino type of backing. I mean, guys made excuses. A lot of people made excuses. I know Ioli said it's the summer. He said it was a short fight, blah, 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 blah. At the end of the day, that could be, but it's still disappointing, and it's going to give guys like Sean or whoever likes Cotto, oh, why does he have to fight Gennady? He did 984,000. What's that going to do for Cotto? What's that going to do for Canelo? You know, it gives him that ammo. So,
my thing is, Stevens, who was on that undercard, though? Like, we have to compare these undercards.
Well, it was a heavyweight fight. It was the same thing, kind of the same thing. It was Perez, Magomed, and
that was the night of the Perez fight with the Russian that got hurt.
Listen, Vic.
And then you can say, I mean, you want to make another excuse. Oh, the Perez Magomed fight was war, so people stay tuning in. And then this Jennings Perez fight wasn't all that.
Yeah, but you know, people called their friends like, "Yo, tune into this shit." That was a back and forth wars. People definitely called each other. I want to assume that's why that did better. But even still, at least again, it resorts back to what I said: white guy versus black guy. Stevens versus the white guy, the clean-cut looking guy. He may not be American, but he's still fucking humble and lovable and personable. And then you had Stevens with all the tattoos from the streets. You know, it's sold. It's sold.
Well, I mean, you gotta give Curtis Stevens some credit too.
Listen, Vic. Also,
you gotta give Curtis Stevens credit by doing that whole funeral of Triple G's type shit when he was doing it on social media. Here lies Triple G.
I am giving him credit. I'm saying that all his fights was on NBC. He was fighting there regularly. I think he had like 3 or maybe more than 3. I think it was like 6. He fought Ayala.
Yeah, I think the biggest explanation of all this might be the same thing that's happening with pay-per-view, and that becomes oversaturation. I think there's been a lot of good fights this year, but not a lot of great fights. So people just aren't really that up to watch boxing. And when you take a guy like Golovkin, even Mike Tyson in his prime dropped in viewership. It's why he went to Japan, because people stopped caring because they knew they were going to get a knockout in 1 second. And yeah, it's fun to watch, but when you know what's going to happen, it's not as exciting. I mean, I could tell you a fight of the year, like this fight was the fight of the year, and Tim Bradley won. You should watch it because it was good. Well, if you know that Bradley won, the excitement's gone. If you know Golovkin's going to win, the excitement's not there, and Gil's not a big name. Golovkin's still a growing name. There's no star power there, and there's no, you know, competitiveness there either. So it's going to dwindle a little bit.
Brian, considering the circumstances of the fight and who he was fighting, it might be disappointing to some people, but 984,000 is nothing to sneeze at. I mean, yeah, you would have liked to have seen him do better. Considering the fight being that, and the fact that the Gil fight was short, I don't think that the executives may be disappointed, but I think they got the proper number here. If you want to improve the number, improve the opponent, and make people get more interested.
All very good points. Let's take it back out to the streets. Don't want to keep anybody on hold. Let's see who's been on. Oh, look, I think. See if we can't get this right this time around.
With the blood of a Scottish warrior coursing through his veins, this man proclaimed,
I fucking love boxing. What's up? Hopefully my problems are fixed now, man. What's up, Nez?
Chilling, brother.
Well, you're sounding good right now. We can hear you.
Oh, Robbie, what's up, mate? How you doing?
I'm doing good.
I'm glad to hear that, mate. Just in regards to what I was saying before, I think Brandon Rios is shot. I've got no evidence other than the Manny Pacquiao fight where he didn't land a single punch. And I think Manny Pacquiao has seen better days. Diego Chaves is no Manny Pacquiao, but I think Chaves hits harder than Manny Pacquiao at the weight. I think Chaves done well against Keith Foreman. I think Keith Foreman is the best fighter in and around those weight classes. And Chaves made it competitive. If I know it's a triangle theory, but if Diego Chaves can be competitive with Keith Foreman, would Brandon Rios be competitive with Keith Foreman? Nah, I think Keith Foreman would dominate him, knock him out, maybe mid-rounds. And I don't think Brandon Rios can punch it that weight as effectively as he has in previous weights. I personally think that Diego Chaves will win. Not by knockout, because Brandon Rios has got a great chin, but a close decision. I think it'll be war. I think it'll be fight of the year.
Okay, to play devil's advocate here, MV2, what about Brandon Rios' capability of going to the body and the fact that Chaves didn't take very good body shots against Thurman?
That's a great point, but I mean, to get to the body, you're going to need to walk through some punches. And I think what I've been noticing about Brandon Rios in some fights is he's starting to get hurt now. Alvarado buzzed him a few times. I don't think his chin is as good as it was. I think Chaves is the biggest puncher that Rios has faced. I think 80% KO rating against bums, admittedly.
But bigger than Manny Pacquiao?
Yeah, who's Manny Pacquiao knocked out of that weight?
I mean, Manny Pacquiao stopped a lot of guys in his run here.
Yeah, he stopped a lot of guys, but not at that weight. He's not a
Well,
147 guy.
He stopped Miguel Cotto not too long. I mean, 3 or 4 years ago. I mean, obviously he's not Manny Pacquiao 2009, but he's still. He still can punch.
That's got an asterisk next to it, Vic. That because Cotto looked like a skeleton.
The last time he officially knocked anybody out by knockout was Ricky Hatton back in 2009. So, yeah, he's won a lot of fights and gotten a lot of TKOs, but he hasn't really hurt anybody since Hatton.
Oh, come on. He had Cotto hurt. He had Margarito hurt. Come on, guys. I think he had Brandon hurt too, but I just think he was weary of getting knocked out himself. I think he could have stopped Brandon if he wanted to.
I don't know.
Yeah.
But let's get to some other callers. MV2, I'm going to let you stay on, all right, brother? Let me see who's been on the longest here. Let's see. There we go. 413, you're live. Who's this?
Yo, what up? It's Mark from the BX. Good next.
What up?
Long time, first time.
About time, baby. About time you came and lost that virginity.
Nah, none of that. Yo, anyway, to get my picks out the way, I don't know. Chaves got, 2 fights in the U.S.? He lost to Thurman. I think Rios is done. I think just watching the interviews, this dude's already punched up, but he's like 20. So I don't know. I don't got a lot of faith in Rios. So depending on how it looks, I don't think it's going to be a knockout either way. I think it'll go around decision. I think Kovalev is going to knock that dude out early, probably 6 rounds. Easy money. I don't think he's matched tough against anybody. Yeah, that's it. I don't know. I'm not too hype about that Brandon Rios Chaves fight. I don't know. What do you think?
At least you're not alone in that because someone else called in and said the same thing.
Yeah. Another thing is the Pacquiao Rios fight wasn't a good fight. Personally, I thought fucking Rios went in there to survive. I don't think he went in there trying to win. I thought he just went in there not to get knocked out. That's what I got from that fight.
Well, I agree with you because I always buy the pay-per-views, and I didn't buy that one because I didn't think it would be good, and I was correct.
Yeah, I don't think Rios went in there trying to win. He was more of a shell. He was blocking a lot. Usually he's committed throwing punches. He was blocking them way more. And not to say that's a bad thing, but that's really not his style.
Sometimes you gotta block your face if you don't want it to get hit.
Excuse me?
I said sometimes you gotta block that face if you don't want it to get hit.
Yeah, but I'm saying he's known as a blood and guts warrior. You know what I mean? That's your reputation. You're gonna go out and fight Manny Pacquiao and fight like you're scared. See, that's what he was doing to me. And people keep comparing and saying a lot of like, Pacquiao knocked out Cotto and he couldn't knock out Rios. Rios wasn't trying to win the fight. You know what I'm saying? It's not even a good comparison. And 2 completely different fighters anyway. Pacquiao, when he fought Cotto, was a beast. He was demolishing everybody. When he fought Rios, he just got his ass clipped by fucking Marquez. So 2 completely different fighters at the time when they fought. Not a really good comparison. Another thing I want to touch on, if I could switch up a little bit, I'm always listening on YouTube. I can never catch you guys live and shit. But this Triple G bandwagon bullshit, like, this shit is crazy, man. It's like the second coming of Jesus and shit. The fuck?
Who could beat him?
Fight Tomato.
But who could beat him?
Huh?
Who can beat him?
Who can beat him? I think Cotto is full of that. I think he's too slow for Cotto. He got power, but I think
you Puerto Rican? Are you Puerto Rican? Are you Puerto Rican?
Excuse me?
Are you Puerto Rican?
Yeah, I'm Boricua.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, but that doesn't. That's not. I've been watching boxing way long. I think he's a hype job
Sure it
personally.
doesn't.
Who has he
Sure
for?
it doesn't.
Who has he for? I've been watching him since he came to the U.S. Who's his biggest win? Stevens? Rosado? Like, who's his biggest win?
Do you need
Gil
a win?
went in there and quit. He got hit and quit. He didn't even get knocked out. He's telling the ref no. You know what I'm saying?
But
he went in there for.
Yeah, what's your name? Because I would like to address you. What's your name?
Mark.
Martin?
Mark.
You said Martin or Mark?
Hey, what? No, Mark.
Mark, you cannot
Yeah,
compare Margarito's power. You can't compare Pacquiao's power. You can't. No one Cotto fought, and who? No one that beat him or lost to him has the power of Gennady Golovkin. Listen, Margarito is not as skilled as Gennady Golovkin, so that already spells trouble.
Margarito had bricks in his glove, and you're gonna say no? Well, tell me.
But it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter because listen. But Mark, it doesn't matter because Gennady Golovkin has real bricks in his hands. It just doesn't matter.
Fucked up because you're saying Margarito didn't have power. Margarito probably had more power with some bricks in his glove than Triple G.
Okay, and Cotto looked like shit after that fight. His face looked like he went through a meat grinder. He went out on one fucking knee.
Hell yeah. I'm saying.
Okay, so what do you think Gennady Golovkin is going to do? He's smarter than Margarito. He fights better than Margarito.
Yeah, but
he cuts the ring off better than Margarito. He
either.
parries shots better than Margarito.
Okay, he was getting hit a lot by that Gil kid. That's what I'm going to say.
Yeah, did you see the style of fight? Did you see the style of fight that Gil fought? He was on his toes. He was giving lateral movement, and he was committing to he was throwing lead punches at that too. It was only a matter of time before that happened to him.
He was throwing arm punches, dude. He was throwing arm punches, man.
Yeah, because he was scared to get hit.
He was throwing some lead
punches.
He was throwing
arm punches. He was throwing.
It wouldn't matter though. It wouldn't matter. So what are you telling me? What are you telling me, that Cotto has better footwork than Gil?
That HBO, because I hear a lot of this bullshit. I'm not a casual fan. I'm all over the website. I've been watching boxing. I was born into this shit. My family got boxing gyms in the Bronx. I've always watched boxing. There's this shit about people ducking Triple G. It's straight bullshit. Because who has HBO or K2 promotion has offered nobody a fight with Triple G. Cotto hasn't turned out any money to fight Triple G. That HBO. They signed him a 6-fight extension. That's some awful Cotto big butt. And you telling me Cotto ain't going to fight him? Come on.
Well, I'm telling you Cotto's not going to fight him because I spoke to Bob Arum 2 days ago. The audio was up on the channel. He said that fight can't even happen this year. Cotto already put out a statement saying that who is Golovkin. So that sounds like an excuse to me.
Well, hold on. Now, you're giving out bullshit information. It wasn't Cotto. It was Gabby, his lawyer, that said it. Who is Golovkin? I read this shit on Boxing Scene. It was not Cotto. Cotto has not.
What's the difference?
He's never said Triple G. And who the fuck is Bob Arum? Cotto isn't signed to Bob Arum. Cotto could do whatever the fuck he wanted.
Cotto already, listen.
You know what I mean?
Cotto
already said he's gonna finish his career with Bob Arum. It's clear.
Huh?
Cotto already made it.
Cotto already said his fights are gonna be promoted by Top Rank.
Yeah, no, Cotto said he's not going to do any more fights unless Top Rank's involved.
Yeah, I know he said that. He was saying that. I know he said that, but in terms of Triple G, Cotto never came out and said, "Oh, he's not who's Triple G," because Cotto don't talk shit. It was Gary Piningaro, his lawyer, who said it. You know what I'm saying? Who's Triple G? Who is Triple G? Who has he beat to dictate anything? You know what I'm saying?
Mark,
so basically, if he wants to fight Cotto,
Mark, I'm gonna ask you one question, Mark. I'm going to ask you one question. You already came on this show and said grew up in boxing, so we're not even going to question that, okay? I'm going to ask you one question. This is going to determine it all. You're telling me that the statements that are being put out are not something you're used to when a fighter is trying to avoid another fighter?
Yeah, but it's not coming from the fighter.
It never comes from
It's
the
not
fighter.
coming from the fighter, dude.
It never comes from the fighter, and the fighter never quits.
First
The
of all, you
corner
know, it's
stops
funny
it.
you say that somebody's trying to avoid somebody. You know, I've been watching your fight because I started watching your show from the near Rigondeaux fight. I found your show on YouTube. That's how long I've been watching. Pretty long fucking time. All right.
So what that means?
This Triple G, you say Triple G, Cotto's back in Triple G, and Triple G calls out everybody from 154 to 168, and Laura called him out. He doesn't want to fight Laura.
He never said
called
that.
him out, say that
He never
that's a fight
said
that
that.
can happen, and didn't want to call. You know what I'm saying? Come on, man.
Did you read? Hey, Mark, did you read quotes?
You're being biased because you're a Triple G fan.
No. Remember, I just became a Triple G fan after the Stevens fight. Remember? If you say you've been listening that long, you should know that.
I'm saying, I think you was pretty hyped up on him. You know what I mean? I don't know.
Nah. Everybody who listens know it didn't happen to the Stevens fight.
You don't like Cotto, dude. You said Cotto. They got McCoy on your bullshit now, right? I'm a big fan. Don't get offended. I'm just, haven't been able to call in for a minute, so I'm gonna call you on your bullshit.
Listen, you don't have to say it. Everybody knows that I don't like Cotto. I'm not gonna deny that.
Remember that shit?
I'm not gonna deny that. We all know that I don't think highly of Cotto, but again,
after the fight, you said, "Who the fuck is Rodriguez?" Whatever. Cotto blasted him out. Before the fight with Martinez, everybody picking Martinez. Martinez was 70%. Whatever.
No, not everybody on this panel picked Martinez. I picked Cotto.
I know you did it. You did it, but the other kid, what's the other kid that be fucking dick riding you in your house? What's that kid's name?
I have no clue.
That white boy. Anyway, I don't know his fucking name. Anyway, he was like, "Oh yeah, Cotto's washed up." Cotto bucked that dude's ass, and that dude wasn't on the show the next week. Funny shit. But you did not say Cotto. You did not say Cotto was gonna lose to that bum to Sergio Martinez. At 70%.
I said it.
Come on, you just don't like Cotto. That's why you say you don't have a chance against Triple G.
But Mark, remember after that fight, I said, "Damn, I got to give Cotto his credit now, right?" And just last show, just the very last show, I also said, "Damn, now I'm starting to rethink the whole Cotto thing." Okay, Delvin Rodriguez wasn't that good, but Cotto looked really good. Okay, Martinez wasn't that good, but Cotto looked really good.
Delvin got bad though. Delvin went 12 rounds with Austin Charles. Delvin, he had a couple fights. I've seen Delvin fight. Like, I don't just watch stars. I watch all boxing. Every fight. I watch them all.
We all watch all boxing, but I don't know. I'm about to start questioning.
Was going to give Cotto problems.
Listen, Mark, I don't know. We all watch boxing, but I'm going to have to start questioning you, Mark, because Delvin Rodriguez was a career 140 and 147 pounder.
Yeah.
You forgot? Before he got the Cotto fight, he had Fight of the Year with Paul Warlock, and they made that rematch again.
Yeah.
And his first fight was with who? Trout at 154.
Yeah, he went 12 rounds with him.
Okay, and lost.
Yeah, he lost, but so what? Cotto lost to Trout too.
No, Delvin Rodriguez.
I thought Delvin was gonna give him problems too. I wasn't expecting Cotto to come out and blast him like that. I ain't never seen Delvin get blasted out like that.
No, I didn't expect that. I picked Delvin. I picked Delvin because I thought Cotto didn't have anything left. I thought he couldn't take pressure anymore. But clearly he learned some new things.
This is the truth.
But look, Mark, if you're a true Cotto fan, don't you think a Canelo fight would be much better for him?
Yeah, I'm just saying it is. It's the biggest fight. And if they're going to try to do it in May, the thing is, boxing, the promoters, HBO, Top Rank, they're trying to take that May date away from Mayweather. The only way they can do that is Canelo Cotto. There's nobody other than Pacquiao that Mayweather could fight that's going to sell more than Canelo Cotto. It's not happening. Mayweather does not have an opponent that can sell more than Cotto Canelo. That's the biggest fight to be made right now.
So
Mayweather fight.
So if you're a true Cotto fan, wouldn't you rather see that fight instead of trying to put him in against Golovkin? Because whether you believe the power is real or not, it is. It's totally real. He's devastated everybody he's ever fought.
Yeah, but he fought tomato can. So I'm really not impressed.
Hey, Mark, man, we're going to go back and forth all day, man. Thanks for calling. I'm going to get to some other people here. Let me see. 901, you're live. Who's this?
What's up, kinfolk?
Hey, what up, kinfolk? Been a long time.
Man, I be still listening, man. I love listening better than I love talking any goddamn way. So shit, fuck it. But I'm picking Diego Chaves, cause since then Brandon Rios a fucking punching bag, and I like Robbie, ringside Robbie. What's up, kinfolk?
Hey, it's all right. And by the way, the count is getting awful close now. It's 9-6.
Oh, sweet. And if y'all get a chance to, everybody who's on the panel, if you ever get a chance to, do everybody know who Jim Ross is? You know who that is?
Are you talking about the guy that used to do wrestling announcing?
Right. He did a boxing. He did a Golden Boy Live boxing show, and actually, I liked him. I liked him better than I liked, the motherfuckers on HBO and everything, because he really don't know shit about boxing. He just told the story, and he interviewed the fighters before he did commentating on them. So if y'all do check that out on YouTube, Jim Ross doing Golden Boy Live boxing, it was off the chain. He excited it. He made it exciting. I think it was Rocket Warrior is going to get some guy.
Yeah, and that was a Fox Sports 1 card. I watched that.
Yeah.
The only issue.
They were chanting Rocky like they was in the wrestling match. That shit was off the chain, dog.
The only issue I had with that, he was fucking. I like what he was doing, but he was like, there was this Mexican dude fighting a Puerto Rican dude. Some dudes we're probably never gonna see. And he was like, this is one of the greatest boxing, adding to one of the greatest boxing rivalries of all time. Such and such Mexico takes on such and such Puerto Rico. Like, I think he overdid it there, but I think once he gets to know boxing.
No, but it made it fun.
Yeah, but he was way off on that one.
It made it fun.
Two motherfuckers we never gonna hear from again.
I love this shit. I was like, man, this shit's fast.
No, but I agree with you, Vic. I think
he wasn't biased. He wasn't biased. He wasn't biased like the rest of the motherfuckers do, because he really don't know shit about them motherfuckers. So he wasn't really biased like Jim Lanford and all them motherfuckers, or that Max Kellerman son bitch. I don't like that motherfucker. I tell you that now. Can't stand that motherfucker. So that's why I like this shit, because he don't know shit. So he just telling a story just like he was on wrestling. So that shit made it exciting for me. I'm like, I can dig that. He got some flaws, but he can improve on that shit.
Oh yeah, he will. He's good, man. He's good.
Once he gets familiar with this sport, I think he's gonna do a good job.
Hey, kinfolk, I'm gonna get to some other callers, brother. Be easy.
It's Baltimore, gentlemen. The gods will not save you.
Yeah, that's what the fuck I'm talking about. What's going on? What's going on, ringside Robbie?
Hey, Wood.
Yeah, what's going on, man?
Yeah.
Hey, I just want to ask you a question. That's you said GGG ratings would have been better if he was fighting.
Wood, you got away from your phone. Try that again.
Hey, Ness. You said GGG ratings would have been better if he was fighting against a dirty black guy.
I
heard
didn't say that
shit. I couldn't believe this shit, man.
No,
he said a dirty black guy from the streets. That's why his ratings was 1.4 or some shit.
No, the exact quote was.
I ain't say that shit. Pump the brakes, player.
Yeah, yo, I couldn't believe that shit, man. I said, why the black guy gotta be dirty, man? What the fuck is going on with this shit, man? You said a clean white guy going against a dirty black guy from the streets, man.
Hey, who you picking for?
Hey man, don't try. Hey, reason I Robbie, man, don't try to coach me, man. Let me say what I gotta say, please, man. Yeah.
Okay.
Hey,
fucking Wood.
Hey yo, man, I might have been seeing some shit. I don't know if I was right, man, but I swore I seen Is Robert Garcia, is he a Mexican or is he an Indian? Because every time I don't know what he is, a Mexican or Indian.
Robert Garcia is a Mexican.
That's racist.
I didn't know. I'm just being honest. I didn't know. But I thought that Indians couldn't get drunk. I thought it was against the law. But I seen that nigga getting drunk on Ellie Setback show a couple of days ago, man. And before he went to Vegas, he got drunk with some of his co-workers and shit. I said, man, he don't do that shit with Madonna, man. He don't do that shit with Madonna. He gonna get drunk before Rios fight, man. If Rios loses, it's because of this motherfucker. Because he said he had 15 beers and shit, and it was.
I've hung out with Robert, man. That dude, he buys bottles, bruh. He don't fuck around.
Dang. Well, Rio
and Marcos Madonna, drink of choice is champagne.
Yeah, you hung out with this motherfucker, man. He drink like because what that nigga named Freddie Rose said his nigga was a straight up drunk, man. I believe him now, man. I thought Freddie Rose was just talking out his ass, but I seen this nigga on Ellie Setback shit. What his name? Setback and shit. Yeah. And he said he was drunk, man, early in the morning. I was like, God damn, man, he got some fights coming up, man. But I know that's I know y'all want to hear. I know Ness getting mad. Yeah, but Ness, I heard last week, man. Last week, B was in. I'm called to apologize for B. B was very insubordinate, man. You should suspend his ass, man. So you don't supposed to be talking to your boss like that, man. I know he was very insubordinate last week, man.
Anyway, who you picking for Rio?
Hey, come on, Robbie, man, slow your brakes up, man. God damn, man, let me say my shit, man. Shit, for God's sake, yo, let me get my shit out. Hey, hey, Ness, yo, I ain't trying to get it popping with Beeb and shit, man, but Beeb a fucking flip-flopper, yo. Don't you remember a long time ago, yo, you was on the other channel and shit when I told Beeb, why should he care what the motherfuckers getting paid and this nigga lost his mind on me and shit? And he lost his mind. Now he taking my stance and shit. First he cared about these motherfuckers getting paid and I was a dumbass. Now he's taking my fucking stance. That's why I wanted to call back and tell you, Ness, this motherfucker flipping on you, man.
He listening, man.
You remember that shit? That was a long time. That was a long time ago. That was a long time ago and shit. But B flipped out on me and shit just because I said, why you should care what these motherfuckers get paid? Let these motherfuckers get in the ring and beat the shit out of each other. That's all we want to see. Any fucking way. I don't give a fuck about these niggas getting paid, man. Who really gives a fuck, man, at the end of the day? I want to see these niggas beat each other the fuck up. But I just want to say one more thing, and I'm going to pick my fight, man. I know one thing, man. If you, I ain't being racist, but if you black and you say something about Triple G, man, they automatically call you a fucking hater, yo. As soon as you say something about this motherfucker, look at this motherfucker. He saying something about Triple G. These niggas believe in superheroes and shit, man. These niggas still believe in superheroes, man. He gonna get fucked up as soon as.
Beeb just said you converted him. That's why.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, cause he took a total he had a total different stance and shit. Cause me and him went at it for a long time with that shit. You forgot all about that shit, then you know.
Of course.
He went off on me, man. He went off on me so bad, yo. He had to apologize. He listened to that shit so bad, yo. He went off on me. I said, yo, why should you give a fuck about these niggas, man? I forgot it was that Stevenson motherfucker. Yeah, Stevenson and Kovalev. I said Stevenson, the bitch motherfucker. He ducking Kovalev, and he talking about Kovalev. Me Stevenson want to get paid and shit. That's what this shit was about.
Actually, I do remember that show.
Yeah, he went off on me and shit. I was like, this nigga flipping now. He flipping. He totally.
Hey Vic.
He totally.
Hey Vic, you reading the chat?
Nah, I haven't got on the chat. I'm typing up an article.
7 on Robbie.
Hey, yo,
well,
Robbie
hey,
keep rushing me, yo. Why Robbie keep rushing me? Robbie, what you got somewhere to go, yo?
No, I wasn't trying to rush you, Wood, because people have been complaining about being on hold for too long, and we're trying to keep things moving.
Hey, Nash, man, you got this nigga on the payroll. What you gonna give him a raise or something, man? He trying to put it right.
In order, you burning the time. He keeping the order.
All right, yo, all right. Let me see. I'm gonna pick Rios. Rios gonna beat this motherfucker because only thing y'all going by is a nigga got knocked out, and y'all gonna say he gonna beat a nigga because he got knocked out. He got knocked out real good. Keith Thurman knocked him out 8 rounds, so y'all gonna say he gonna beat Rios. So I'm gonna go with Rios. The only thing I fuck with Rios is trainer man getting drunk a couple of days before his fight, man. I don't think that's the only thing fucking me up with this nigga, right? Only thing fucking me up, man. Hey, yo. Yeah.
What up?
And yeah, Kovalev gonna beat this motherfucker. I never heard of this motherfucker before, and I think Kovalev gonna beat him and shit. And that's it. Y'all go ahead, Robbie, do your thing and hang up on me, man.
Oh no, we're not gonna hang up on you. We're gonna put you on hold so you can listen to the show, man.
Robbie Gene. Let me see. 845, you're live. Who's this? 845, you're live. Okay. So, Vic, did you catch the Aram quotes?
On the interview?
Yeah.
Yeah, I actually put one of Aram's quotes into my Kodo Golovkin story when he said there's not enough money to make that fight this year, and he still wants to make Canelo Cotto in May. He wants Frosh Chaves in January. Yeah, I heard it. I was there. I was on.
I like that fight. That's a good fight.
Yeah, speaking of Chavez Froch in January, after that, they got some quotes, I believe, from Eddie Hearns. And he said that the talks have reopened with Top Rank regarding a proposed Carl Froch fight versus Chavez with the date of the 24th penciled in. But I think he's talking to the father. What's the father's name? They're both named
Barry Hearn. Barry Hearn.
Oh, Barry, because when he spoke to me, I remember him mentioning Barry. But with ESPN, it looks like they reached out to Eddie Hearn, and Eddie Hearn said that it's penciled in for the 24th, which is good. That's going to be a big fight to start the year off with. I mean, is that enough time for boxing fans to recover from this year's pay-per-views?
Well, right? From the interview you did with Aram, it seems like Miguel Cotto's December fight isn't going to be on pay-per-view. It's probably going to be a regular HBO. So if you cut his fight out, and I think, in my opinion, Canelo's next fight shouldn't be on pay-per-view either. So that saves us from 2 if that happens. But who knows? I don't know what Canelo's thinking. We don't know the numbers, and apparently Steven Espinoza is saying unless it's record-breaking numbers, we're never going to know the numbers. So we don't even know what Canelo Lara did. So it could have bombed, and we don't even know it. But if they're trying to make Cotto Canelo, obviously I don't think that needs any promotion, but it would be nice to get them on premium cable before you put them on pay-per-view and match each other up in May. With that being said, then they can do that pay-per-view because Cotto's not going to be on pay-per-view, and maybe Canelo's not going to be on pay-per-view. Hopefully it works out that way.
Now, is the Froch Chavez fight going to be pay-per-view in January, or has that been decided?
Absolutely, he said pay-per-view.
Absolutely. Okay. That goes without saying. Let's take it out to the callers. I got one here for a while now. 706, you're live. Who's this?
And I thought to myself, I said, well,
what's up?
What up?
Real talk, baby.
Oh shit.
Motherfucking real.
What's going on?
Man, I've
You
been
tell
listening
us,
to
brother,
you
who you
guys,
got
man.
for
I was
this
trying to cut
weekend?
my son's. I was trying to cut my son's hair, man. He was driving me nuts, wiggling and shit the whole time I was listening. So I was trying to listen to you guys while I was dealing with him, but I caught a few things to kind of counterpunch, if you will. All right, man. So we were talking about Cotto and Canelo. I think Canelo, Triple G would be an interesting fight, man. You know, I think more so than Cotto, because Triple G, we haven't seen if he doesn't really fight off the back foot. We've seen Cotto do a few tricks off the back foot. We've seen Canelo fight pretty damn. I mean, he fights really good off the back foot. Surprisingly, he's very elusive when he's going. When he's and I'm not saying he fights. He uses lateral movement by no means, but he when he takes breaks, right, and he's moving away, and he's still counterpunching. He's still landing shots and stuff, backing up. He's taking a break, but he's also not getting hit when he's doing it. That's what's surprising. So even on the ropes, when his back is on the ropes, so he doesn't, unless he's fighting Floyd, he's not really getting hit, backing up. But if you back up against Floyd, that's just suicide. So that's a different story. But I think Canelo fights really good backing up. So him and Triple G, I think Canelo beats him. I mean, with Triple G, I think. He can do more stuff. He's a better, there's not too many people that can outbox Canelo in the pocket. That's one thing I really like about him is he's very skilled, high technician. I don't consider someone like Erislandy Lara a technician. I consider him an outside boxer, an outboxer. To me, that's really not a technician. To me, that's more of somebody who can fight outside. But to me, a technician, somebody who's slick and technical, you have to be able to fight in the pocket and be able to use fundamentals, defense. You have to have defense, and your feet can't be your defense. You can't say you're slick if your feet is your defense. Because as soon as you get in close quarters with Lord, if you keep him there for any length of time, he can get hit. But he generally just moves away, that's his defense. So, I mean, Canelo, if you stand in front of him without movement, without lateral movement, he's going to land the shot. He's such a good boxer, such a good technician. Even Floyd had to move because if Floyd would have stayed long enough, he would have eventually found a home for some of those punches because he's a thinker. He's not just a fighter, too. He's a thinker. So it takes one of his shots, so he doesn't have to land every shot like Floyd. It takes one shot for him. So I think that's a good fight, him and Canelo, but I think Canelo wins the decision, because he can do so much more. Triple G hasn't been tested against high quality. I love him to death, but he hasn't been there with, high quality opponents like Canelo has. I mean, it's a different ballpark, man. But what do you guys think about possible fight with Canelo Triple G in the future?
I think I still would have to rate Triple G's power as very real because whether you want to give him credit for his resume, he's still knocking guys out that are bigger than Canelo.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but
or not necessarily bigger anyway. Not necessarily bigger, but fighting at a another weight division because bigger is the wrong choice of words because Canelo comes into the ring sometimes 174.
And another thing is too with Canelo. Guys don't realize how big he is. He's only weighing in. He's only rehydrating to 170, 175 because he's having to cut. So you can't game it so much. If he comes in naturally in middleweight, he's going to be he's still going to rehydrate to about 190. You know what I mean? Because he's not going to have to cut that weight where he can only rehydrate back to 170. He's going to be 170. He's going to have to cut to 160, which is going to make it he's probably going to be almost 180, some fight night. So the guy walks around at like 190, Canelo somewhere 180, 190. So, I mean, the guy's, he's a bigger guy than, he's bigger than Triple G. He's not taller, he's stockier, he's thicker. And as soon as you move up the weight class, he doesn't have the height, but he's going to carry the weight. He's going to carry the size.
I do think that Canelo is eventually going to have to move up to 160 because I think the last couple of fights he's contracted at 155 because he's had trouble making 154. So I think eventually he's going to have to move up, and I do think eventually we will see that fight, but I don't think it's going to be anytime soon.
Yeah, I'd like to see
Totally
Cotto right
agree.
now. I mean, that's pressure. That's pressure on the iron right now. We see that one. We see the Cotto fight, then maybe. I mean, I'd like to see that next. I mean, if it's possible. But I mean, you know, HBO, and then with you know, with these 160 for some reason with these 160 pound, these 168 pound, and these, you know, other than welterweight, it's hard to make a fight with HBO because they don't agree. You know, Canelo. I mean, with with Golovkin, you know, Andre Ward, and all these light heavyweights, and all this, these undesired weight classes, if you will. You know, they're not popular enough to have the choices, you know, of the bigger fights that HBO is going to approve of. That's the issue, you know, with that. It's just that. So I guess if Canelo moved up, but then there's the promoter issue. You know,
All right, real talk.
I
Let
think
me get to some other callers, brother. Let me go to Skype caller 0111. Yo. Hello.
The person calling on Skype, you're on the air.
Yo.
Yo.
Who is this?
Okay, we're gonna move on, brother. Let me see. 313, you're live.
What's up, Ness? This is Hassan from from Detroit.
What's up, Hassan?
Not much. I just wanted to make my picks and just mention a few things. In terms of what Mark said, our Puerto Rican friend, about Golovkin fighting tomato cans. I just kind of find it funny that you know, as soon as you mentioned Delvin Rodriguez, he had to have you pause. No, wait a second. You know, Delvin, he went 12 rounds with Austin Trout, so you know that makes him okay. but Golovkin's opponents, yeah, they're tomato cans. You know, people rank highly, and people never been stopped before. You know, Delvin's been TKO'd before in his career too. But you know, whoever DDG faces, yeah, he's a tomato can. Even though Gil, in any other fighter in the middleweight division, he'd probably be favored. But that's one thing. Another thing is Canelo, in my opinion, is I wouldn't call him a technician. I call him a good combination puncher. He's a good offensive fighter, as everybody knows. Sticks to the body well, power in both hands. But defense, very, very limited. Even against Lara, which I had him winning by 2 points with Lara. His only defense for Lara's left hand was no defense, really. Every time Lara decided to throw it, he would hit him square in the face, you know? And I had him winning. I had him losing against Trout as well, but I had him winning that fight. He's defensively lacking. Every decent boxer he's went up against, he's pretty much got outboxed by. And other than that, his competition hasn't been so great either. You know, I had him losing against Trout. Mayweather schooled him. You know, Angulo is just a straight up, you know, brawler who's very tough, but it's not hard to beat somebody like that, or to look good outboxing somebody like that. And Lara, he struggled with as well. He could barely even hit him in the face. In terms of Golovkin, has an amazing defense, like everybody now is beginning to see. He uses his shoulders, he uses his head movement, he dips, he rolls, he even catches jabs with his jabbing hand and returns fire. He can fight off the back foot as well. He has very good foot movement, as everybody knows, cuts off the ring, and usually doesn't even have to fight off the back foot because he's always the aggressor. And he's truly a technician in terms of his amateur pedigree. 345 wins in the amateurs, a silver medal. Guy has his defense is ranked highly in the rankings, and his offense he's number 2. So I don't see anything Cotto or Canelo can do that's actually better than what Golovkin does. And in terms of today's picks,
Are you the president?
In terms of, huh?
Are you the president?
Yes, I am.
I knew you was the president of the Golovkin fan club because you know far too many stats, my friend. You were patiently waiting for this moment to be able to debate this. God damn, he came with everything.
I actually,
Vic.
yeah. No, I actually caught the show late. I was at work, but yeah, I'm a big fan of Triple G. Like I said, there's no shame in that. You know, I'll be the president of the fan club any day of the week. But as in terms of today's fights, on Saturday's fights, I'm picking Chaves, Diego Chaves over Brandon Rios. I think he's a better boxer, has more tools, power in both hands, and I don't think a limited fighter like Rios could actually deal with him. He was giving Keith Thurman everything he could handle until Keith Thurman found that one small opening with a body shot. It wasn't in the 8th round like somebody mentioned. It was in the 10th round, I believe. And I had him up on my scorecard before then, so that tells you something. Keith Thurman is one of my favorite fighters as well. And I got also Kovalev winning his fight, and Vargas also.
Well, all right, Detroit. Thanks for calling in, brother. I'm gonna get you some other
calls.
Good
call.
832, you're live.
That makes the count 10-8, guys.
Yo, what up, Ness? What's up, Ringside Robbie? This is Ruben out of Houston, Texas. I got a question. Just give me your opinion. Why is boxing doing so bad this year?
Strictly, it's because of the matchups that they've been giving us. That's why.
I thought Triple G was going to do a little better. I think his matchup was a credible opponent.
Well, unfortunately, the networks depend on casual fans to tune in. They don't do things for our benefit, and so they judge their ratings on how many people are watching at one particular time. So that's why I said earlier, you can't criticize the rating because a lot of the casual people that don't follow this sport like we do didn't know who Daniel Gill was, even though Daniel Gill is a 2-time middleweight champion. People in this country, if they're not regular boxing watchers, they don't know who Daniel Gill was. So that's why the rating is considered bad by the executives.
Yeah, but I believe that it originates from something much bigger than just poor matchmaking. It has to do with the politics. Clearly, we're not getting the fights that we want, which would be the fights that are more exciting. A lot of things fell through this year. A lot of decisions on networks not to deal with certain promoters and promoters to only deal with certain networks. That's really what caused a big struggle. See, because let's say that Golden Boy didn't have that whole issue, we probably would have had a good year. A bad year officially for Golden Boy because, clearly Richard Schaefer had something planned, but a good year for the fans. And that's what I really think it is. It's one network putting on fights. Like I was thinking about that earlier. It's like, at least with HBO, you know what you're going to get. Like, there's none of this I love Michael Perez and everything, but like there's none of that like Matisse versus Perez, like that wouldn't even happen. You know what I'm saying? At least you'll know it'll be something repetitive. It would be like, Rios Alvarado too, like that's what it would be, or it would be Marquez Pacquiao a bunch of times. That's what it would be. But at least it wouldn't be this Rod Salka Garcia, like these random ass fights, these ridiculous fights. I mean, Berto, for God's sakes, doesn't even have an opponent yet. So who's he going to end up with?
Well, that's why I had to change my stance, Nez, earlier when Seth called in and questioned why I was, campaigning for, Showtime. Well, August 9th convinced me that I can no longer stand behind what they're doing. It's pathetic stuff.
Yeah, man, I'm hoping that I get another opportunity, another crack at Espinoza because, I'm only going to ask one question. My only question, Vic, is who ultimately decides what we end up watching? Like, is it a committee or does he have the ultimate, like, is he the stamp of approval? Because I just don't get it. It doesn't matter. Like, I don't understand. Hey, caller, I'm going to put you on hold to get some other calls. I don't understand. Like, you have the promoter, the advisor, the manager. You have them by the balls. The network doesn't need you. They can build anyone. So when you come at me with this fucking Broner, Spadafora, Garcia, fucking Rod Salka, you know, Matisse, Roberto, or I don't even know who's Roberto Ortiz. I don't even know who's that. And if I know him, I don't know him by name. I've watched him fight. That's the thing. And you know, it's just ridiculous. Like, who makes this decision? How is Espinoza not saying to himself, like, I'm not buying that shit. What are you gonna do? Go to HBO? Oh, that's right. They don't want you over there. You know what I'm saying? Like, give me something good. I'm not gonna pay.
I mean, I think at the end of the day, I mean, it seems like Espinoza is more of a Heyman puppet than anything else. I mean, I know people call him that, but come on, Ken Hirschman at times has said no. You know, when Andre Ward wanted to fight, I don't know who the fuck he wanted to fight before. Was Edwin Rodriguez? Ken Hirschman was like, nah, that's not happening. Like, Ken Hirschman turns down fights sometimes, and he's got all the power in the world to do so. He's the one paying for it, just like Espinoza is paying for this.
That's my point, man. We got a couple callers here. 201. I think this is Jersey Sev, right?
Yeah. What's up? Hold on one second.
All right. In the meantime,
240.
Hey, Sev, hold on a minute. 240, you're live. Who's this? 240.
No.
Yo.
Yeah. Yo, what's up, baby? This is the Gringo.
Oh, what's up, Gringo? Talk to me.
All right, give me 1 second. Let me get off this speakerphone. Hello? All right.
Sev, give me a minute, Sev.
All right. Hey, you got me?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. Hey, quickly, man. I'm going to get off this Cotto crap. I'm tired of hearing about it and talking about it. But I got a general observation I've been kind of watching out for over this last year. And it seems like, you tell me if I'm wrong, but with Heyman fighters, right? And I know that you're not as high on Heyman fighters as you were, or Heyman's whatever he's got going on as you were earlier this year. But is it me, or does all Heyman fighters seem like they fight no more than twice a year?
No, that sounds about right.
I mean,
sounds about right because they're getting paid a good chunk of change.
Sean Porter fight 2 times already this year.
No, Sean Porter only fought once this year. Right? Devin Alexander fight wasn't this year, right?
No, it was last year. But he's gonna fight. He's gonna fight twice.
Last year.
Yeah, so he only fought Paula this year.
Yeah.
So do you think that type of, I guess, management style or whatever you want to call it is going to come back and harm these younger fighters that need to be in there to be tested by different types of opponents for when they get in there, you know, gets the upper echelon who can, you know, switch it up a little bit from being boxers to punchers or whatever, from brawlers, you know, guys that can truly, you know, flip it up. But I just don't dig this cat no more, man.
I actually don't think it's going to hurt them because, you know, I'm starting to believe that this is all tactics. This is all strategic moves. Getting his fighters out of their contracts, and he clearly has something planned. I mean, there's already.
Do you think that's what that is? Just to try to get these guys out of their contracts with like Golden Boy or whoever their promoter is at the time?
Absolutely. There was already reports of him trying to set up a network channel similar to the WWE. Also reports of him making deals with NBC or trying to get a deal with NBC Sports Network. He's trying to keep his fighters healthy, yet active, but showcase so they can continue with their decent, some undefeated records when he leaves, clearly, because why else are we getting these dumbass fights? Like, with all the 140 pounders in the world,
do you think that also that's why they're fighting like contenders that also like aren't on their level per se? You know, that this is just another way to get them out of their contracts, still with that zero, so it'd be more profitable for him when he is able to do his own thing. And let me piggyback that. With the lawsuit coming through with main events and stuff like that, and there's a couple other promotional companies that are suing Heyman also for fighters. How do you think that is going to affect him going forward? I mean, you know, just because the way it's sounding like Heyman is taking these, you know, these challenges for his fighters. He's not actually just acting as an advisor. He's actually acting as the matchmaker as well, it seems to me.
Well, I mean, that's the basis of main event's lawsuit.
I think what he's trying to do is eventually set up his own promotion company to compete against.
Well, we figured that out, Robbie. Robbie, this is a grown man's conversation. This is between me and Ness, all right? So sit on back. Ness, go ahead.
Yeah, well, you know, it's hard to say, man. I just don't understand what's happening. I just want something to happen already, you know?
Right. Me too, man.
You know what's crazy that might happen is because these guys are so inactive, one of these guys might get upset. I mean, Danny almost lost to Herrera. I mean, it's possible.
Ain't nobody getting upset.
And
nobody's gonna be upset. Listen,
with this shit.
Listen,
but
the last person that's gonna get upset.
I got for you, Ness, one more question, and I'm going to get off here and listen to y'all cats. But I was sitting there listening to your interview with Angel Garcia the other day, right? And that was an outstanding fucking interview, let me tell you. I loved it. You're a great interviewer, man. You don't back down for nobody, and I love that shit. But when he said, you know, about rematching with Herrera and Matisse, why didn't you come back and be like, well, why did he fucking fight an old-ass, washed-up, overblown-up-ass Eric Morales 2 times?
Because I don't have any problem with the Eric Morales fights. Eric Morales is going to be a legend.
No, you're right. You're right. No, but what I'm saying is because Garcia, you know, Angel was talking about how there's no need for him to take a Lucas Matisse rematch or a Herrera rematch. But, you know, he was like, there's no need. He doesn't understand why Floyd took the Madani rematch. But why did his son take the Eric Morales rematch if there was no need for that rematch to be taken? But he won't fight one of these other two cats to give them another fight.
That's simple, Gringo. That's simple. It was Eric Morales' contract that had the rematch.
I know.
Eric Morales exercised his right for a rematch, so they was forced. Amir Khan didn't have a rematch clause. That's why he never got it.
Gotcha. I didn't know he had that written in the contract.
Herrera had no rematch clause. That's why he never got it. Gringo, let me get to somebody else here. Sev, you're live. Talk to me.
I got a few things to say. Just bear with me. You guys can hear me good, right?
Yeah, we got you.
Cool. Hey, what's up, Robbie? So anyway, Golovkin and Andre Ward. Let me talk about that for like a minute. Hey, listen, I've said this before, and I'm tired of hearing this fucking bullshit. Okay? I want to see competitive fights. Okay? Golovkin, Andre Ward is not one of those fights. Okay? So that's that. I don't want to hear anybody else calling on the show and talking about the stupid ass fucking fight. Okay? Andre Ward will tool the shit out of Golovkin. And I fucking hate Andre Ward, but that's just the truth. Alright? If you know anything about boxing, you'll see what the fuck I'm saying. And yeah, what's up, Bobby? You seem like you got something to say about that.
Well, we're not, look, I am from, I'm close by to where Andre Ward is located, and we're never going to see that fight as long as Andre Ward continues to do his boxing in the courtroom instead of in the ring. You know, he's paying more money to his lawyers and worried about that instead of worrying about his career. What he's basically going to do is throw his goddamn career away because he's going to spend too much goddamn time in the courtroom instead of paying attention to his boxing career. I don't think that fight will ever happen until he gets some balls and gets rid of this lawsuit and gets his ass back in the ring. I don't want to hear
Absolutely.
I don't want to hear about that fight anymore.
He's just wasting his career. Yeah, for sure. And as far as Canelo fighting at 155, I'll answer that question for you, Robbie, because, for everyone else out there, I don't know if you guys know this, but let's say if someone's fighting at welterweight, that doesn't mean all their fights are going to be at 147. If a lot of times if a fight is not for a world title or a regional title or anything, and two guys fight at welterweight, for example, the fight will most likely be at, for example, 149, 150 even. You know what I mean? Unless if a fight is for some type of title, usually over 50% of the time, those fights are over the weight limit that both fighters fight. And 155 is a very common weight for two junior middleweights fighting each other when they're not going to fight for a title. That's normal shit. It just doesn't happen in title fights and in high-profile fights usually, but they're doing it in this one. Who gives a fuck? All right. So anyway, and as far as like Ness, like I told you this in person, but I want to say it on the show. I just want to voice my opinion. You have a big problem with people scoring even rounds. I just want to say that I think that's wrong, and it's just a person being honest with himself. Like, if I see a fucking duck, then I'm going to say it's a fucking duck, you know? If I see an even round and I can't pick a winner, guess what? I'm going to put down 10-10. That's called being an honest judge. I have no problem with it. However, if someone is starting to put 3-4 even rounds of fight, that guy's an idiot. All right, so anyway, what was I going to say? Oh, Heyman. That guy, as far as the lawsuits are concerned, man, I just think that guy's above the law, man. That's all I got to say. And Morales, yeah, the Morales thing, Ness is right. The rematch cost him. That's all I got to say for now, man.
Who are you picking for this weekend?
I don't even know who the guy Kovalev is fighting, so I'm going to go with Kovalev. And Brandon Rios and Chaves fight is actually the fight that I'm really excited about. And it's kind of hard to pick a winner, because I've only seen Chaves once. That's why it's hard to pick a winner for me. And it was against Keith Thurman. And I think Keith Thurman is a lot better than Brandon Rios, but I don't know anything about Chaves as far as consistency and all that's concerned. I don't know how versatile he is. I don't, but I gotta pick with. I'm just expecting a really, really, really good fight.
All right.
All right, Sev. Let me see who we got here. I think okay. Lou, what up? You're live.
What's up, guys?
What's up?
Yeah, I agree with everything the last caller said. Also about the scoring the even rounds. What do you guys think? Why are you so against scoring even rounds? Like one round, okay. If you score, what if you score 6 rounds, 10-9 for one guy, 6 rounds, 10-9 for the other guy? Then you got an even fight. You know, you pick one even round in a 12-round fight, you're gonna get 6-5-1, and you got a winner. No bitching about, I scored the fight a draw like Vic did.
Hey Vic, they coming at you.
Well, I personally have never scored a round even. I've always picked a winner, either 10-9 one way or 10-9 the other way.
Are judges allowed to score even rounds?
I don't think so.
So fuck out of here with your even round bullshit.
No, but if you score 6 rounds,
fuck out of here. If they can't do it, so can we.
That's even worse than calling. By your words, it's even worse than calling 1 round even. You score the whole fight even.
There's draws in boxing. There are no 10-10 rounds in boxing. That's just a cop out.
Oh, no.
That's more of a cop out than fucking scoring a draw. Because if you have 6 rounds of 6, it's a draw. But in the standard ABC rules of boxing commission, there are no fucking 10-10 rounds. So go home, Carler. Go home.
You can score 1. You're not going to give one
So if you can score 1, you can score 4 more? I mean, that's fucked up. You can't just score 1. What the hell?
Hey Vic, it's like Monopoly. Every person has their own set of rules with Monopoly. He said, "Nah, you can score 1 round."
No, because in order to score a professional fight, if you're going to keep your own scorecard, you have to score it the way the judges score it, and judges are not allowed to score even rounds. They may wind up with a draw at the end of the night, but they're not allowed.
Beef says you can. I don't know. I got to research this. Beef says you can.
Text and said that Vic is wrong. Judges are allowed to score even rounds.
but B's been wrong before too. So
We're jumping on drive-by mode here.
You want my picks?
yeah, let's get your picks.
Oh, Chaves over Rios.
Well, that makes it 11-9.
Yep.
Hey, I bet you picked Laura over Canelo too, huh?
I hedged it by Canelo by decision.
But who did you pick for that fight?
Oh, Laura. I picked Laura. And I scored it for Laura.
I could hear that, though. I could hear that all in your voice. You're like me. You like boxers.
Yeah, man.
All right, brother. Let me get to some other callers here. Let me see who we got. Who's been on? Oh, yeah, I think 516. 516, you're live.
Nets, Vic, ringside. What's good? It's Kev Horns, Cage. What's up, man?
What up, man?
Hey, it's doing good.
Yo, yeah, and when in the rules of boxing with a 10-point must system, you could score even rounds, 10-10. Back in the day, it was more common. You would hear in 15-round fights, 10 rounds to 3 with 2 even, and it was way more common than that.
That's true, but we've been in 12-round fights since like 86 or 87. So
I've yet to see a major fight scored 10-10.
The majority still scored on a 10-point must system, and you could do even rounds.
Yeah.
But beyond that, though, only question I got is I don't know how close you guys have been to the, being that it's all the way out there on the West Coast to the Rios camp or whatever. Is there any rumors about his weight or looking in shape or how he's feeling, being Ariza's not in camp and stuff like that?
Well, did anyone see the workout pics? How'd he look? Or did he even work out?
I've seen Sekback, obviously. He's had a ton of videos, and he looks good, but he's looked good before, and then comes to weight, he can't make the weight no matter what weight class.
Where's Robert Ortiz? He was out there, right?
That's my only reservation in picking the fight.
Well, I have a feeling 147 is going to be okay for him.
All right. So my pick, I'm going to go with Rios. Obviously, I'm going to go with Kovalev with Destruction, and that's where I'm riding.
All right, Kevin.
And I just wanted to say, Ness, good work on those interviews. And I still don't know what with all the Triple G haters. I mean, if you beat 2 top 10 guys and you smash them in 3 rounds, I don't know. That's nothing disappointing to me.
Yeah, I think it would have been more disappointing if he went rounds.
That's what I'm saying. Like I know when he took Gil, like I don't have a very high impression of Gil. And I was like, you know what? He can only look bad because if this goes 9-10 rounds, it looks bad for him. But when you smash a guy in 3 and every time you hit him, it looks like you hurt him. I don't know how that, this guy's been the distance with everybody he's beaten, champions. You know what I mean? It's a weak division. I'm not acting like he beat an all-timer, but he beat, 3 credible guys in his last fights, and he smashed them.
Yeah, well,
and for the record, I don't think Gale came to get a paycheck. I mean, the dude landed his best punch, and he was the one on the ground. What the fuck? I mean, I would have been like, dog, I'm done too. I'm out.
Nah, and when he got up, he had no legs. He freaking stumbled from one corner to the next. The ref asked him if he knew where he was, and he just shook his head, and that was it. He was done.
Well, I think the question we're always going to have with Triple G is, can he go rounds? Because he gets rid of his fighters so easily. I mean, the one he went rounds with was Curtis Stevens, and he still knocked Stevens out. So, you know.
And I think that fight showed he had a chin. Stevens, I don't know, name another middleweight besides Triple G who hits harder than Stevens. Maybe, I don't know, I guess maybe Clellan's a big guy, but I don't think he hits as hard as Stevens. So, I don't know.
He's got pop. He's got pop, though.
But I know you guys are in drive-by mode. I just wanted to throw it out there and just give you a shout-out on the interviews, and looking forward to some post-fight stuff, and I'll highlight you guys next week, man.
Thank you, man. And I apologize to everybody, too, man. It's just so much. I haven't even put it up yet, all the rest of that I got. But I got a lot. I got a lot coming. And Robert Ortiz sent a lot, too. Like, you guys are asking about Rios' weight. I got video, but I haven't put it out. Like, looking day job is killing me. But let me see. I want to go to 413. 413, did we go to you already?
Yeah, you did.
All right.
That's Mark. That's Mark.
Yeah, this is Mark from BX.
Oh,
Can I rebut on that dude 313?
Yeah,
he said, excuse me?
Yeah, say go ahead.
Yeah, I'm not calling Triple G a bum. You know, he was comparing Devil Rodriguez. I'm not calling Triple G a bum. I'm just saying the hype. You understand? Some people saying he's the best power in the world. It's hype. You know, can you agree he hasn't fought nobody legitimate? Like a world beater? Well, he fought. That's all I was trying to say about that. I'm not calling him a bum. Obviously, he got 340 fights, silver medals. Everybody knows that who watches boxing. You know what I mean?
But wait a minute, Mark. Where's Cotto's world beater that he beat?
Who did he beat? You tell me. He beat Judah. He beat Mosley.
No.
Are you
World.
Really?
No. World beater. You said he hasn't beat no world beater. So then where's Cotto's world beater?
World beaters in the sense he hasn't fought nobody with a resume. Who has he fought with a resume?
Gil.
Legitimate resume. Gil?
Yeah.
Are you forgetting that Daniel Gill is a two-time former middleweight champion?
The two-time. Who do you win the belts from? The middleweight division is a weak division. I'm just saying.
He won one from Felix Sturm. That's good enough.
Yeah, Felix Sturm was old. I'm just saying. You gotta
Martinez is old
ways,
too.
You know
Then
no,
listen. If Sturm is old, Martinez is old.
Yeah, but that's not what people were saying before the fight. That's not what you were saying before the fight.
But that wouldn't matter though. You're making an excuse for Sturm.
Matter. It doesn't matter when it comes to fight. People are biased either way.
And you're
like
being
a fighter,
biased.
It matters. If you don't like a fighter, it doesn't matter. If you like a fighter, it matters. So either way, at the end of the day, we ain't gonna know until they get in the ring.
No. See, because I don't want you to leave with that impression. That's not what I'm saying at all. What I'm saying is it doesn't matter because if you're gonna call Sturm old, then technically so is Martinez. So you, not me.
Martinez was old, but Martinez picked up fighting at an old age too. What he turned pro at what 22? So in boxing years, really was he that old?
But Mark, the fact that they both opponents had intangibles, it's enough. That's what I'm saying. Like, okay, so you want to say Martinez was a young 40 years old?
So let me ask you a question. What's a better win?
Martinez is the better win.
Okay, that's it. That's what I'm trying to say. You know, and Triple G hasn't fought a fight where the odds are even, and that's probably why the ratings are suffering. You know what I'm saying? He's not playing nobody where like
the better win.
60, 40.
Listen, I don't know what you're saying because the better win in terms of history, yeah, it's gonna be Martinez, but the better wins in terms of I guess equalness was the Gil Sturm because Sturm was 100%.
Yeah, I understand. And so was Martinez.
Nah.
He said he was 100%.
Nah.
Now. Anyway, I want to get off that. I want to get off that topic. I want to talk about
you went.
That,
you went back to it. That's where you want to be at.
Somebody rebutted 313. You have me on hold for like 30 minutes waiting to rebut. Dude's like, dude got 340 amateur fights and silver medals, so I rebutted. That's all. But in terms of boxing rating, look at the fights that are coming up. That Danny Garcia fight, that fight sucks. Mostly all these fights that suck. We're not getting no fights that we want. You know what I'm saying? No fight. We're not going to get the Rios, Santa Cruz. We're not getting Kovalev, Stevenson. I hope we get Bernard Hopkins, Kovalev. Let's see if that really happens. You know? I would like to see Triple G fight Peter Quillin. I think that's a good fight.
Well, I think he'll demolish Peter Quillin. I'm not impressed with Quillin because Quillin's not really fighting anybody either.
I think that's a more legitimate fight for you.
Mark, I'm going to get to some other callers, Mark.
Excuse me?
Yeah, I got to get to some other callers. We just got a bunch of new people popped up.
Shout out to y'all. Fucking team. Big fan. I'll try to call in a little bit more.
All right, brother. Thanks for calling in. 708, you're live.
Yo.
What's
cracking?
Who's this?
What's cracking, ringside Robbie?
Hey, I'm not sure.
That's the hater.
Ruger. Hey, Rob, you got all the bust downs, right?
Hey, I'm doing my best. Anyway, go ahead, Luger. What you got?
Nah, man, put me down for Rios.
Okay.
Hey, did they release any photos of them like next to each other and shit or not? Anybody know?
I don't think so.
Huh?
No.
Fuck, man, who's the?
I don't think he worked. I don't think he worked out today. I think he got in too late, so he couldn't work out for the media, I guess.
It don't even matter. You Mexican. You know you going for Rios.
Hell yeah, because he fights in the Mexican style. You know what I'm saying? Play me my La Raza clip, man. Come on.
Oh, man, I forgot all about that one.
Anyway, but yeah, man, I don't know, man. I think Rios wins, though. Because did you hear Robert Garcia on the Ellie Seckback videos talking about some Argentinian trainers are telling him that Chaves is going to try out boxing him and shit. So, I don't know. I don't know if dude's footwork is that good that he can outbox him, so. I don't know.
Man, I'm
Who
sticking
else?
with
Let's see.
Rios.
Huh?
I'm sticking with Rios.
You're picking Rios?
Yeah.
Oh, there's some on
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know if Chaves can outboxing he can last the fuck. Man, what sucks is it's 10 rounds, man. They need to make a little fucking bullshit belt so they can go 12. And then, what else? Jesse Vargas is a big motherfucker next to Brandon Rios. He needs to move his ass up, but he fucking punches like Paulie and shit.
Remember when Jesse was with with Roger Mayweather? He was knocking everybody out. Now he can't get a knockout for his life depended on that shit.
Yo, he moved back down to 140, right? He has the belt at 140?
Yeah.
Yep.
That dude's a fucking bum. Nah, he's alright, man. He just ain't got no power. But yeah, I think I got Rios. Kovalev's gonna smash that dude, whatever the fuck that dude's name is. Jesse's probably gonna go life and death with some unknown Russian dude. Just because he fucking punches like Paulie. And then who else? That's it, right? That's all that's coming up.
Yeah, and only two of those fights are going to be on TV.
Which one's not on TV?
They're all on TV. They're all on TV.
They're not going to show. They're not going to show that on HBO. The other two, they are.
No, they are. The schedule is Jesse Vargas, then Kovalev, then Rios. That's the schedule.
Oh, because Vic, they've been advertising all week that they're only going to show two fights.
No. They're showing it's a triple header. It's Vargas, then they're going to go to Atlantic City. Then they're going to go back to Vegas.
Hey, it's Ruger with an R, man, not Luger.
Oh, sorry about that.
It's like you're hawking loogies and shit, like you spitting me out, son.
Oh,
Can't be doing that shit ringside, Rob.
Hey, once I get the name down, I'm all right.
All right. But, yeah, that's pretty much it, man. Put me down for Rios. What's that make it, ringside?
With you and Ness's pick, that's 14-9, Rios.
Hell yeah. All right, man, I'll let you get to some other callers.
All right, Luger.
For sure.
Let me see.
See, I'm not the only one that messes that up.
215, you're live.
Yo, what's going on, man?
Brian Bibbs, what up?
From Atlantic City. Yo, can you hear me?
Who?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yo, what's going on, man? I'm sorry. I had to take off speaker that was messing me up. This is Brian. I'm from Atlantic City, man. What's up, fellas?
What's going on, Brian? Talk to us. I thought you said Ryan.
Well, it sounds the same, but it's Brian with a B. But anyway, yo, I'm liking the show today, but I wasn't even gonna call in. Then I decided to call in. This is like my third time calling in. You know, you guys do an excellent show. I like the addition of Ringside Robbie. Ringside Robbie is knowledgeable. He comes with facts. You know, he doesn't do the arguing with the insults and all that. He comes with facts.
No, I don't like to argue unless I know what the hell I'm talking about, man.
That's why I like you. You come with facts. You like the boxing voice Harold Letterman or some shit. You know what I mean? You do a good job. You know, the dichotomy between you and Ness goes well, and Vic and Habib. I like what you guys doing. But let me talk quick and get off the so you guys can get to somebody else. All right, put me down. Put me down because it took me a minute just till like 30 seconds ago. I was still waffling. Put me down for Brandon Rios. I'm a Brandon Rios fan. I was like, man, Chaves looks good. Even before he got knocked out by Thurman, he was looking great. But I think Brandon Rios is going to catch him with a body shot, weaken him, and then and be able to out hustle him to the end of the to the end of the fight. So I'm just going to go with Rios. Obviously, we already know Kovalev is going to murder whoever he's fighting, and I'm waiting for Bernard to get in there with him because that's the only guy I don't bet against. I don't bet against Floyd, and I don't bet against Bernard.
I want to see Kovalev fight Stevenson before he fights Hopkins.
It'll be a tougher fight for Kovalev to beat Hopkins, and it's a tough fight for Stevenson to beat Hopkins, if you ask me. I think Stevenson is flawed. He can punch, but he's a flawed guy. I don't think his skills can deal with that crazy shit. I mean, well, not crazy, but that stuff that Bernard does. You know, Bernard, but I like the old Bernard, like his last few fights, like last 3-4 fights have been exciting. I love Bernard. I mean, the guy's like, you know, he's a few years older than me, and he's in there, you know, doing people up. So I like Bernard, and I want to talk about Triple G real quick. Look, I'm African American, and I love Triple G. Triple G to me is the truth. I just got off Ring Mag. So before I called you guys, I looked on Ring Magazine to see what was going on as far as the who had who ranked where. So I went to the middleweights, and because I guess for the reason because you got to beat the man to beat the man to beat the man. They had Cotto ranked as the champion. Then they had Kid Chocolate then they had Triple G number 2. Then they had Kid Chocolate number 3. They had Martinez, and then they had Suleiman. So
you mean Solomon?
Right. Triple G rips everybody from 160 down, murders when Canelo wants to fight at the 155-pound championship, I guess. I don't know. He said he didn't want to make 154 to fight Lara because Floyd had the belt, so I'll give him that. But eventually he's going to have to fight 154, but that's not going to last long. He's 24. He's growing. He's going to move up to 160, and it's over. When he hits 160, the Canelo train is over. I am sorry. If anybody wants to argue that point now. Argue that point. Tell me why I am wrong.
Well,
I think at 160, the Canelo train is over. Oh,
okay.
Real quick, too, and argue this one. At 168, the Triple G train is over. Argue both of them.
Okay, I'll be glad. I'll argue the 160 point with you with Canelo. I think Canelo would beat all the middleweight champions except for Golovkin.
Canelo beats Canelo. You think Canelo beat? I think we have fool's gold with Cotto because Cotto beat an injured guy. I think that even though he looks better, that's fool's gold. But my heart says Cotto beats Canelo. I'm sorry.
Well, I think Cotto could beat Canelo, but he would have to take it extremely seriously.
And Quillen beats. Matter of fact, thinking about it, Quillen can beat Canelo. So don't give me the Canelo Rex everybody at 160, Robbie. Come on, Ness. We're the guys.
No,
I just want to hear. I'm riding with you, Robbie. I just want to hear somebody else.
I'm not a believer in Peter Quillen.
But you're going to tell me that you've seen enough out of Canelo that he can move up to 160 and beat Quillen. Now, Rosado, who is Ness's boy, says Peter Quillen punches harder than Triple G, except that Triple G has more snap.
Well, that makes a difference in a ring.
I heard that interview yesterday. So, I'm not going to go all wood on you. Because, Wood's a wild cat, so I'm not one of those guys. I'm not going to go all wood. But you got to tell me, give me the ringside Robbie facts. That's why I love you. Give me facts why Canelo can rule or do damage at 160. I don't see it. I see at least Clay Mike could beat Canelo. Matter of fact,
I think Canelo would beat Quillen. I think Canelo would beat Sam Solomon. I think the Canelo Cotto fight is interesting. That's why we need to see it next. And then whoever wins that fight gets the shot at Triple G. I think that's the problem with people wanting to put people in with Triple G. I think they're going to have to earn that
Robbie,
privilege.
Wait a minute.
Go ahead.
I'm not letting you off the
All right.
hook here.
he's a champion. What privilege people got to earn? Why is the champion chasing people? Get in there and fight the guy. That's why it's too many belts and too many bullshit titles. Why is this you got to chase the champion? Come on.
I'm putting Robbie on the spot here. He said Canelo could beat everybody in the middleweight division besides Golovkin, and you only named Sam Solomon and Peter Quillen?
No way. No way, Robbie.
You wait a minute. You don't think that that Canelo would beat Sam Solomon or Peter Quillen? Are you saying I'm wrong about that?
Listen to me.
He don't beat Quillen.
Listen to me. Name the rest of the middleweight division that you claim he can beat.
I think what Robbie says has some credibility. I think so.
Hey, Ness,
I think him and Peter Quillen's a good fight. I think him and Cotto's a good fight.
I want names from Robbie. I want names from Robbie.
Okay, I think he could beat Sergio Martinez.
I think Danny Jacobs beat him. How about that?
Oh, I don't know.
Danny Jacobs beats Canelo.
No, I don't. No, he did not.
I don't know.
When Danny Jacobs lost, Danny Jacobs had cancer, bro, when he lost to that one guy. Come on. You don't think that will weaken the guy? Danny Jacobs, to me, is just as Canelo, punches just as hard, and is a better boxer. Canelo
but
gets murdered at 160.
Jacobs' last 5 fights, his last 5 were freaking tune-ups. But look, 215, I got to get to some other callers, brother, because we're out of here in about 1 minute.
Hey, yeah. Well, real quick. I think, just real quick, Al Heyman, I hear you guys talking about Al Heyman. Al Heyman, to me, is the greatest thing to happen to boxing. His fighters get paid. If that guy wasn't doing his job, they would leave him. Now, we got to figure a way to get these guys fighting each other and all that, but I think all that's going to build up. But Al Heyman is great, and I think draws in 10 rounds are bullshit. Pick a guy. Get off the fucking fence. I'm out.
Thank you. I agree with that one. All right, I'm going to go down the line to everyone just to ask you to make sure I got to you. I know I got to Jim. I know I got the note. I definitely got that. I don't know. Is this it's Sev, this is still you?
Yeah, I'm just listening.
Okay. And 240. Did I get to 240? 240, you're live. Did I get to you?
Yo. I got Rios and I got
Gringo, I got to you, Gringo. I got to you. I went to Lou 708. I went to 815. Did I go to 815? 815, did I get to you?
Yo.
Who's this?
Yo. Hey. What's up, boxing boys?
Who is this?
This is DeLeonski.
Oh, okay.
Oh, DeLeonski, what up?
What up, my man? What up, Ringside Robbie? What up, Vic? What up, Ness?
What up?
So, anyway, about that last caller, man, you know what? I think, first of all, I'm going to get this out of the way real quick. I think Canelo beats all the top 10 middleweights besides Triple G. That's the only one that'll be a barn burner and quickly. Either way, either in Canelo's side or Golovkin's side. I think he beats Miguel Cotto. I think he beats Peter Quillen easily. Sergio Martinez out of there. Daniel Gill out of there. Solomon out of there. Sturm gone. Matthew gone. Rubio, easy work. Martin Murray, good fight, but out of there. Nasdaq, yeah, out of there. Got them all. I got Rios by late stoppage. I got Kovalev beating whoever the hell he's fighting.
I don't even remember his name, but I got Kovalev on that. And one more thing, I want to send a shout out to Ness for roasting the shit out of Angel Garcia. That was the shit. I fucking enjoyed the shit. Just when he paused for a minute and fucking went in fucking La La World, and I don't know what the fuck he started rambling about. When you fucking told him that he could have stepped in and said, Danny's the champ, he ain't fighting no bum. So anyway, that's all I got for you guys, and enjoy the fights this weekend, fellas.
All right, brother. That's everybody, I believe, man.
It's 16-9 now.
602. I didn't get to you, brother. What's going on?
Yo, what up, James?
Hey, James.
What up? Yo, sorry, I didn't mean to hit one, but anyway, since I got you, guess I'll give you my picks for today, man. I've been rolling with Chaves basically since the beginning of this fight, but they're going to call an audible and go with Brandon Rios. I think it's going to go to unanimous decision, but I think it's going to be a fucking war, man. I think it's going to be a great fight, and I can't wait for it. Did I hear you guys are taking this tally? It's 16-9?
Yeah, it's with you it'd be 17 Rios, 9 Chaves.
Damn, I thought everyone else was going for Chaves. Looks like everyone else is doing the same shit that I am, but yeah. That's what I'm rolling with then. I guess obviously the Crusher is going to win against the School. What's up?
I think that it sounds reasonable, Rios being the more popular fighter. You know, it's kind of hard for fans to find Chaves fights, so, you know, if 9 people are picking him, I think that's a decent line.
That he was in deep, and I felt like when I was talking to people were all picking Chaves, picking Chaves to fucking win that shit. But,
yeah, there was a point when I was leaning towards him, but I don't know. I'm sticking with Rios.
Are you? So who you all picking? You're going with Rios too?
Vic, you made your pick too, right? You said Rios too, right?
Yeah, I'm picking Rios.
Yeah, I have you both down for Rios.
Okay. Well, that's cool. You guys can call me back on. I'll get another call. I just want to get my picks in so I can eat my crow on Sunday if I'm wrong.
Well, that's it. That's it for tonight anyway, but we'll be back Sunday. Vic, you going to Kovalev, right?
I'll be there. I'll be in AC Saturday.
So you'll get some live coverage there from Vic and clearly some interviews, find out what's going on with people in the world of boxing. I want to thank everybody for listening, everybody that continues to support us, and we're going to keep bringing the heat for you guys, man. We'll see you Sunday.
Peace.
Thank you.